I'm TG, and I'm going to be commentating this race alongside Beta Quest expert Daft Pat, who I'm assured is having a great day.
Yo, guys, what up? I like this title. Beta Quest expert. This is perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're also participating in this tournament. We had you on. This is the second streamed Beta Quest tournament race we've had here on ZSR. I believe last month we had Runner Guy and you go head to head. So I'm very pleased that we were able to get another match in this amazing tournament up here on Zelda Speedruns for you to watch. So I guess let's get the initial explanations out of the way. So this is Beta Quest. This is a ROM hack for Ocarina of Time that sort of predates Ocarina of Time randomizer. So it's all the loading zones are randomized. So specifically it's the entrance randomizer, and everything is shuffled. So it's not like two-way. So if we see here, both competitors are starting outside Hyrule Castle. Entering here will bring them to the Bomb Tube shop, but leaving the Bomb Tube shop will just bring them somewhere completely different. So our competitors are going to have to basically deal with the cards that they're handed here and wherever the game places them. And their challenge is they have a bingo board of 25 different goals to complete. And it's not lockout. If one player completes a goal, the other player can still go for that goal for a point, but they have 3.5 hours to get as many squares as possible.
Yeah, exactly. It's already pretty fun start to see. They got the castle ward entrance, which is like one thing you want to test as a child. So I'm sure both players are pretty happy with this. And Garden City is always fun to get back fast to there. This is a great start for them, I think. And go to Fortress also.
So let's talk about that for a moment, because I can imagine that there's not a lot of people in the chat right now that are super familiar with Beta Quest as much as you and I are. So what do you mean by a start in Beta Quest?
So a start is like one of the more important entrance in the game is like the save warping one. So Beta Quest is kind of in like season 4. You start a random place, but it can be anywhere in the game. So if you have a really good start, so if you start in Kakariko Village, it's very good because you'll be able to test all the loading zone very fast. But this one was interesting because it tests one of the child-only loading zone. So what I mean by that is like a loading zone that's only doable as a child. So it's a good start for them.
So Exodus already finding his way in Collapse. If you die in Collapse, regardless of your age, at any part in Collapse, the game will put Master Sword on your B button, and that's really crucial for unlocking a lot of early stuff in Beta Quest.
Yeah. And the game is started really fast. Like that's one thing Beta Quest it knows for is you start very, very fast. So you gotta be ready to take note and stuff like that. But once you hit the cat for the first time, you'll get the bottle. You try to read the card. It started it's gonna go slower, and then you can think more about what you want to do first. You can use the Master Sword, yes. So it's exactly like the Vanilla game. So if you die in the Collapse as child in the Vanilla game, you'll have the Master Sword and you'll be able to use it. So it's not like something like the developer had it on or something like that. It's really just a vanilla thing.
Alright, so both players right now in Kakariko gathering up the cuckoos to get the first bottle. So while they're doing this, let's talk about this card in front of us. So, as a Beta Quest veteran, DapPat, what is the first thing you try to seek out when you're looking at a new card? Like, what goals jump to you first?
So there is some gold. You want to, first of all, when you start playing, you want to check for the gold that's that you might forget. So stuff like a Gerda card. If you get a Gerda card guard right away and you don't note where it is, you'll be in pain later on. So it's very important to go and quickly check is there something I have to do right away when I find it. So Gerda card. Another example is Golden Scale with fishing. Just the stuff you can do right away. So you check for that just a quick glance. After that, you want to check for the stuff that's child only. So Plant the Bean, Bottom the Well Skulls. So right here, there's Plant 3 Beans. There's I think 3 Bottom the Well Skulls. Stuff like that. It's just stuff you have to be child to do. And then I like to mark it with a star. just to quickly like reference it again. But it's very important to look at it because you might forget something at the start otherwise.
And there we go. Sloth gets the bottle. Exodus slightly behind. So this is we are almost near the end of the tournament right now. Exodus and Sloth are the only two individuals remaining in the winner's bracket. They are both 4-0 in this competition. Exodus is sitting on a points average of 20.5 over his game, so that means he's marked basically 20 goals consistently every match, and from his stats over the tournament, he's only getting better. When Exodus started out, I believe his first match was only a 17-point game, which is for someone with Exodus's sort of skill and time with OoT is kind of low for Beta Quest, but he is sort of getting better every game. Meanwhile, Sloth has been on fire this entire tournament. Sloth is currently at a 23-point average, so basically every game he's 2 goals away from just fully filling out the card. So we are going to see some high-level Beta Quest play here today.
So no divergence yet, so both players going to enter Impact House, so they're probably going to do the same thing, which lead to the back alley, which is... Oh, wait, no, Exodus is closing the bridge here. That's kind of important because I think Slot did it also. So like both things will just lead to back alley, which they already went a couple of times. So that's why you see both like people like but both players just kind of lost right here. It's because they're trying to figure out what's the best thing to explore here from here.
Yeah, so we just saw, speaking about exploring, we just saw Sloth sort of stand on that bridge and take a death from that Octo Rock. What was that about?
Probably his controller disconnecting.
That's not good. He's in a tournament match.
No, it's just you want to die everywhere in this in this. The reason why is dying, and like let's say you find you're in the warp, so like in the lake, and you find the warp. That's probably what happened. It might be like playing Serenade as a loading zone. So you want to die there to just test that. There's a bunch of stuff like that. So if you see player dying, most of the time, not every time, most of the time, they want to die there. So to test the loading zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the reference to my controller because my controller keep dying, man, and it's just the worst. Exodus here just avoiding out again. It's not a mistake. You want to test a loading zone, which is entering the CAC archery. As child, which is something cool, and you find the trial, so he's gonna get the fun shoes.
Yeah, so trials is a big find here in Beta Quest. As long as you have even a sword, a stick, anything that allows you to jump slash, because you can head over to Spirit Trial, and there's some strats you can do as child to sort of jump slash the silver rupee that's on top of the BMOS, and you can get access to bomb shoes, like 20 bomb shoes very early in the Beta Quest seed, and having explosives is so nice because that opens up so much of the seed and allows you to even get some early goals if you happen to find them.
So Slot Point is collapsed, so we'll probably die there. Meanwhile, Exo, let's see how like good it is at this. This can be tricky if you don't do it often. You should be fine though. It's Exodus.
This backflip onto the Armos to get the rupee is on my short list of if you want to try out Beta Quest for yourself. There is a sort of, I guess, recommended tricks to know at least going into your first Beta Quest, and this is definitely on one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, Exodus gets the jump slash for that rupee.
First time, no buffer. I like to see that. That's
people buffer that?
Yeah, there's some people who buffer that. I'm not a fan of buffering it because I feel you need more time than just retrying. But it won't have this way. This trick, okay, it's funny because this one trick, I swear, everyone have a different way to do it. Okay, it's one of those that's like there's no meta. Just everyone's doing it another way.
Yeah, I do one push towards the wall. I've seen some people do 2. You can get away with not pushing it at all. It's very weird. I also do
one push, but I also slash the wall. So it's like, why? I don't know, but I do it.
So Sloth following Zelda down the ramp to open up the door and then
Interesting.
dying. So when you get Sloth doesn't have a Master Sword on B button yet, so he's taking a death here. So when you get these collapse loading zones in the final collapse section of the game, when you're supposed to follow Zelda to unlock the doors, generally you do want to follow Zelda to the end of that section and have her open up the door so that you can, open up loading zones before continuing on, since if you enter one of those sections from the exit, Zelda does not spawn and thus the door stays locked. So you generally want to follow Zelda so you can free up those loading zones.
Yeah, that's like one of the rules of exploring when I start, like, people are learning the game, or what do I do with all the collapse? Try to always follow Zelda, but what happened, like, is on the first collapse, you'll get the first loading zone, like, on the top for every time. But lucky for Slot right there, that was, like, one of the best one you can get, because, like, the only thing you can really, like, test from there is, like, say, warping if you didn't open the gate, so that was really good for him. Deku Tree, nice find.
So 3 skulls in Deku Tree is a goal we'll probably see Sloth go for.
Yeah, for sure. There's no reason not to do it right now.
Or
there's a map at least.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want
3 maps is a very early goal. You can get 3 maps. It is incredibly easy to get, even with minimal items.
Yeah. Sadly, for the slingshot, you need a shield, so he can get it right now. But I don't think he needs it, so it's fine.
Yeah, Slingshot is only really useful as Child if you want to defeat Phantom Ganon, because if you do want to do a Child 2 section, you do need to find Phantom Ganon's loading zone and defeat him. But Slingshot is also useful as Adult because you can equip swap it, and with Ruto's Letter you can RBA arrows if you're doing something cheeky like that, but I don't know if that's widely used anymore.
No, well, sometimes. You never know. You never know what you're gonna do, right? In VidaQuest, it's all over the place.
Right.
But yeah, he's gonna get the skull here. There's no point of like just waiting on. I like to call it the early advantage, even if like it doesn't give you anything in a Blackout, right? Because you're playing against someone else, you're playing with, but also like on your side. But you give more, like, let's say you're winning like 4-0. I think you still push pressure on your opponent. So getting those goals early is important, I feel like.
Yeah. So that's another thing I wanted to bring up. The time limit in this match is 3.5 hours, which sounds like quite a long time to people who may not be familiar with Beta Quest. What do you think is the best way to manage that time limit as a Beta Quest player, DevPat? Oh, sorry about that. Exodus finding hookshot.
Nice. That's perfect for him. That's very good.
So how do you want to budget those 3.5 hours to sort of make sure that you can get as many goals as possible?
Do you remember what was hookshot before I answer that?
I don't. I can find out.
Oh no, don't worry about it. We'll probably see it later on. I'm just curious. Yeah, so the best way to handle that, there's a bunch of way, right? Like, I'm not gonna say there's like actual best way. I don't think, since like this is a tournament, like this kind of tournament, I've not been run before a lot, so it's not like if the meta is like already like kind of decided what is the best. I'll say for my side, I like to play as it was like a Blackout, a normal Blackout, because I know I can do Blackout, and that's why maybe I get 25 like often a really good time. Is because I know I can black out the card in the time. But if you are not like sure you can do that, you're not able like to black out the card in a 3 hour and 30 minute. Then I feel like the best way you can handle that is like you check the card. And if it is like stuff like 5 skull in water, you just do 24 goal. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but like if there's like 10 zone, it's like, well, maybe I'll skip the 10 zone, right? If this Garm bracelet and like in this case is there, and you never find CL, yeah, just maybe skip that, like, and maybe you come back later, back in time or something like that. It's not really bad, but I feel like maybe it's a good idea. Also, I want to prioritize like doing the goal, because I think sometimes you'll get stuck in trying to be like the perfect exploring, but that's when you can start being really in trouble if you never find the one thing you're missing. So prioritize doing the goal and then like optimize your routing from there.
All right, 12 minutes into the match, and Sloth picks up the first goal, 3 skulls in Deku Tree.
Yeah, I think we have a problem with the board. I don't think it's the good one. I'm not sure if Shiro can fix that for us, but yeah.
No, I'm reading directly off the Bingo Sync page itself, not the overlay in front of us.
Okay, just hack like the board is invincible. Nobody see it. And yeah, just trust us, guys. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
It's not the good goal. Show's gonna be there fixing in a couple of seconds. I'm sure of it.
So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So now Sloth has marked off 3 skulls in Deku Tree. So
Yeah.
whenever you mark off a goal, your opponent sees it update because we're using Bingo Sync. So what kind of information can you get out of that when you see an opponent mark off a square like Deku Tree?
Okay. I'll give you the best example because it happened to me in a race against Mike. I think he beat Shadow. He beat Shadow right away, okay? And then he entered the warp, and then like 2 seconds later, he marked Mirror Shield. I'm like, well, I think I know where is the Mirror Shield.
Exactly.
It's just sometimes it's gonna be very, very like it's gonna be it, right? But the thing is, like it's not really useful because like sometimes you'll be able maybe to meta like the bombs or like DC early, but it's honestly it's very hard to do anything because like if I find like if I write the goal like beat Shadow right on the board, and then I also have the Mirror Shield goal on the board. Well, I'm gonna do those when I find those. So like, sure, it tell me where is the Mirror Shield, but it's like it's not really useful most of the time. It's just something you can account in, but I don't really like it honestly because you should try to play more on your side of the card, that like looking at what the other guy do. Because sometimes you'll feel like you're behind like 5 gold, but like if you only been rushing the goal, then you might like just catching up on later on. It's very interesting.
All right, so I'm looking at Sloth right now. He continued up Ganon's tower to pick up
Very
one of the 4. One of the 4 boss keys he needs for the goal, and it looks like he's continuing on defeating the 2 Iron Knuckles, going all the way to the top. Now, this is a pretty lengthy loading zone in order to check. So, do you agree with doing this or not? Should he have just save warped out after he got the boss key?
All right. On the card, is there boss key?
There is not Iron Knuckles on here.
Okay. I say that it's very not Slot-like to do that. I personally like to just note where is Ganon Castle and come back later on. But if Exodus decide to not do this, and this is ZL, he might win the game on that. You know, it's just like doing Cocos. Do you do Cocos or not? In this case, it's like not really that useful, so it didn't pay off. But yeah, I don't disagree with doing it. Honestly, it can be good sometime. It's a matter of like how you want to play. Do you want to play trying to go really fast, or do you just want to play safe, mittently, have all the good exploration? By doing that, you know that you never have to come back here, so you don't have to know where was Ganon Tower. He doesn't have to worry about this, so that's the good part about it.
Okay, Sloth making his way to trials.
I don't believe the skulls.
Yeah, we need 25 skulls for a goal. We did find the Skull House. Skull House did lead to Deku Tree, so okay. I don't think we have anything that involves RBing for Wallet and then getting Giant's Wallet. I don't think we have a 3 swords goal on here, so Skull House isn't exactly important.
Yeah. Oh, I just saw also like this for Bosky, so that's another reason to get the Ganon Bosky.
Yes,
but yeah, I didn't see.
Yeah,
sorry. I didn't see anything like to RBA, so yeah, I think just grabbing the skull also is good here. Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Sloth C upping and buffering. Okay.
See, there's always a new setup, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, you got it.
That is not a jump you really want to miss. So.
Also with the Alien Shield, just to make it even weirder. So yeah, so someone asked in the chat, like, how often do you save? That's a very good question. I'll start. What about you, TJ? How often do you save?
Okay.
In the game?
Before I answer that question, I wanted to show off Exodus just did some damage buffering there to get to get to the Silver Gauntlets chest. So dying is an art in Beta Quest. So yeah, that's another thing. Getting explosives, either a bomb bag or bomb shoes, is really important in Beta Quest because it does allow you to sort of open up quicker ways to die and sort of allow you to check loading zones a lot quicker. Since getting Ocarina or having a cutscene item allows you to just damage buffer and kill yourself much faster to explore cutscenes. But to answer your question about sorry, what was the question again?
Save warping to dodge a bad cutscene.
Yeah, save warping. So generally when you're inside of a dungeon, let's say you're inside of Fire Temple and you save warp, if you were to reset the console and begin the game again, you would spawn in the loading zone that entering Fire Temple. Oh, Sloth getting Sun Song.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge.
One of the Beta Quest Holy Trinity. We'll get into that in a moment, but so yeah, you save warp in Fire Temple and then you restart the game and then you find out the loading zone that entering Fire Temple is like. Yeah. So let's say I spawn in Fire Temple and I exit it and I find Ganondorf, which is a very, very long, drawn-out cutscene that just wastes time. If I had saved in Fire Temple before 180 and exiting it and finding Ganondorf, I can just hit the reset button and check the loading zone that entering Fire Temple would be. So you generally want to be save early, save often, as I've been taught by Sierra games.
Yeah. No, I think save war. It's interesting because you'll die a bunch of places also. So like, all the time you die, maybe you'll just it'll die just right before Ganondorf, and you can just reset hopefully. But I personally like save after goal mostly of the time. I'm scared of crashing and just losing a bunch of stuff. That's what I do.
Yeah, I have one of my most watched clips on my Twitch channel is way back in the Lockout tournament, like 2 or 3 years ago. I was in Water Temple. I just opened the map chest for a goal, and then I accidentally hit reset like 3 frames before pressing save. And rip headphone users is all I'm going to say. So, yeah. Anyway, so Sloth just picked up Sun Song, and I was just talking about earlier how explosives are really good because they allow you to die quicker with damage buffering and allow you to check loading zones. But Sun Song is the most efficient way we can check loading zones in Beta Quest. In areas where time does not pass, such as Market here, if you play Sun Song, you reload the area. But because it's Beta Quest, you get sent to a completely different area. So let's say I'm in Market from exiting Happiest, like in front of Happiest Mask Shop. If I were to play Sun Song, the area would reload, but I would get sent to where leaving the inside of Happiest Mask Shop would take me. Yeah. So you can gain so much information so quickly by getting Sun Song really early on. And I joked about it being part of the Holy Trinity. Another really important thing in Beta Quest is Zelda's Lullaby. It's not as important as it used to be since we are playing with new for this Beta Quest tournament. We are using a special list of bingo goals that are specifically tailored to Beta Quest gameplay. Originally, we were just using the standard vanilla OoT lockout card, which had significantly more Zelda's Lullaby goals on it, such as multiple fairy spells, deep shadow goals, stuff that really, you'd have like 4 to 7, like I've seen 7 ZL goals on really bad cards back in the day. So ZL is such a huge thing. But let's look at the card right now for an example. What goals do we need Zelda's Lullaby for? I see Din's Fire, but what else?
There's Din's Fire. There's Open All 5 Small Key in Spirit Temple.
Goron Bracelet?
Goron Bracelet for sure. Talking about ZL, of course.
Of which, Sloth getting it, let's go.
Of course. Whenever you talk about something, that's when it happened.
We have Sun Song and we have ZL for Sloth. He's in an excellent position. Exodus as well, picking up the Plant 3 Beans goal. It is 1-1 as we're 22 minutes into this game.
Okay, let's see. Let's finish about Goron Bracelet. What else? Do we have another one? Spirit Skull, not really. So it's not terrible. So it's not terrible yet for Exo, but I'll be honest, man. A start where you find ZL and a Sun Song, it's very, very strong. It's gonna be hard for Exo if he doesn't find those things to just catch up. But it's not over. You never know with this for sure.
Exo could take the lead here. He's found himself in Deku Tree, so he could easily pick up the 3 skulls and get a map and a compass. So Exo is not super far behind, and we've still got a lot of beta quest in front of us in this game.
For the bean, it's interesting. So it's a very minor thing, but plant tree bean is I feel like an interesting goal because like you might want to keep that bean like that last one a little longer because you can use it for damage yourself, right? So if you use it, then you don't have a way to just damage yourself, and like it's gonna be a little harder to die. So that's like one thing I like to do. So, but rushing the goal is also fine. It's a preference thing, honestly.
Yeah. So it seems pretty much every beta quest tournament that gets hosted every year, a couple years or so, we generally try to do a new format for the beta quest tournaments. There was a lockout tournament where both players vied for it's pretty much the same format as Blackout, but if one player marks out a goal, that's it. The other player cannot get it, and it had a completely more chaotic meta. There was draft where each player picks their goals before the race. They sort of divide the card up into 12 goals each with one sort of odd goal out, and they sort of route their own thing. So how do you think, we're pretty much almost near the end of this tournament, how do you think the Blackout format is for competitive beta quest compared to lockout, draft, and that?
I honestly think it's more fair in the sense that at the end, like let's say we remove the time limit. Okay, let's talk without time limit for now. If you remove the time limit, it's gonna be more about balancing your stuff, right? Because you're gonna be able to you're sure to do everything. So it's gonna be balancing, exploring, and the executioning, and like you want to try to be more optimal at your exploration. And there's so many gold in the card, so many loading zones that you need that most of the time. I feel it's more fair in the sense that like it's gonna resemble a lot, and you're probably gonna lose because you test one loading zone or not. But I still, the more long it is, the fairer it is in a sense, but the more unplayable it is because asking for a new player to do like a blackout on a card is kind of like just stupid because like it's gonna take like 5-6 hours, and we don't want to do that. That's why the time limit exists.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
The time limit, it can be more like not unfair, but like you might like skip one loading zone, but like that's kind of you to handle. Like if you never find something and you need it, like if you're missing Fire Temple and you know for winning you need Fire Temple, don't start like doing the goals because you're not gonna win without it, right? So it's more like a thing of managing like what you have and like what you can do, and like it's just like more micromanaging your goal and stuff like that. It's just finding sense on very good.
Yeah, excellent. So Exodus is sort of on the same path we saw Sloth on.
So he should be finding Zelda pretty soon after, technically.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have like a real race. If the seeds are starting off this well, and I saw Easy Seed Baby Rage in the chat.
So yeah, and the other thing I want to go back is like compared to Lookout, I really like Lookout. It's like one of my crazy mode. You're gonna do stupid stuff and you're gonna cover. But the problem with this Lookout is like when a good player is fighting a very like new player, the new player doesn't have a good time because you're just gonna get crushed, right?
Well, that's the nature I've found of Beta Quest. Beta Quest is definitely a sort of it's a veteran's game. Beta Quest tests so much of your knowledge of obscure tricks, glitches, clips that a new player who is sort of coming from a glitchless rando background that we've seen a couple of people enter the tournament from, which is excellent to see. But
go ahead. That's right.
The minimum, like, if you want to be competitive in Beta Quest, you need to know your dot skips. You need to know how to get the bomb shoes early. You need to know all these various things that allow you to open up goals, such as the sword jump slash without explosions from King Dodongo's room to get bomb bag early as child. Stuff like that newer players might not have any idea even exists. So there is a really big skill ceiling to Beta Quest. And not only is there the aspect of trick execution, then you also get into the entire meta of, good exploring, utilizing your time correctly.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a huge learning curve to Beta Quest, but in this commentator's opinion, it's one of the funnest ways you can play Ocarina of Time, because you really get to use all of these obscure tricks that you don't see in RTA categories anywhere. And
I personally think Beta Quest, like, if you can get past the loading, like randomize, like all the loading zone randomizer stuff, I think it's like one of the easiest way to learn how to play OT with glitches. And the reason why is, like, since people are so scared about like the entrance randomizer and stuff like that, it's give you a chance to just do well and learn stuff even without being super good at the game. Because, like, if you're able to manage your exploration, you'll always have a shot against someone who doesn't know how to explore the game. In a sense, it's also very less punishing. So, like, in a bingo, OT bingo, if you're missing like one trick, you're down to 9 bomb shoes, and like there's no way to get more. But in this case, you'll get 20 at least from the trial, and you can get more like later on. I think it's easier in a sense for a beginner.
Sloth picking up 3 Lake Hylia Skulltulas, bringing the score up to 2-2 here. We are half an hour into this Blackout Bingo tournament. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm TG, joined by DavPat here on commentary. So Exodus finding a fairy fountain.
And skipping it, okay.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have ZL yet.
Oh, you're right.
Blood was ZL. So, fairy fountains, they act a little different in Beta Quest than they do in Vanilla. Do you want to sort of quickly go over that?
Yeah, sure. So the fairy fountain, the way they work, at the start, they all lead to one fairy fountain, which is the magic one. So the reason why is, like, to get the magic upgrade, you need that one. Oh, you also finding leaving Sunstone is fire temple, that can be big. So yeah, the fairy fountain. Yeah, so as long as you didn't play ZL at one of those, it's always going to lead you to the same fairy fountain. So it's always going to lead you to magic. Once you play Sunsong ZL there, you'll get your magic and you'll leave. It's going to send you to some random place. You don't know where it is. And the second time you go there, once you play ZL, it's going to give you like the real thing it was. So meaning it could be Dense Fire, it could be First Wind, it could be Double Magic, any of the fairy spell. And the reason why it is good to you have to know this is, like, if you have Dense Fire, you want to come back here later on, right? The only thing you have to be careful about is like that magic spot is like only one time. So if you go back there, you play ZL and you go back, it's going to send you like some random place. But that thing is like only once. So it's going to be it's like unique warp. We get in the theory like of a unique warp and stuff like that. But yeah, so the TLDR is just like play ZL once, go back there, go grab your spell. That's it, TLDR, I guess.
Okay.
There's a bunch of stuff. I can go like exploration, warp zone, like what to do. Like I can go really in detail about those because it can get really crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you get into worrying about, like, that's another thing we should probably bring up is Sloth finding Dodongo's cavern. Excellent.
He doesn't have a shield. I'm not sure if you know how to do the jump slash. I think he's just gonna go grab the shield and do it normally.
Yeah,
he's a glitch test runner, so I wouldn't be surprised. He can do that.
So yeah, Dodongo's Cavern is excellent to find in Beta Quest because it allows you to purchase a Deku shield from a scrub for, I believe it's 40 rupees? No, he's doing the strat.
It's if he can do it. If he fail it, it's fine. He can just do it normally, I guess. That's one more.
One tick there. Okay. Yeah, Exodus finding Shadow Temple?
Cool. Alright, well, we definitely have some difference in the exploration right now.
So, as you saw there, Exodus dropping a save before leaving Shadow Temple in case he finds something bad.
Oh, no.
This isn't going to jump, is it?
No, it's not.
No. Yeah, this jump is kind of tricky. You sort of want to position Link in a way where holding... Oh, he fell down! All
It's
right,
fine.
he's gonna have to
I
grab a
think you
shield
just
now.
just go grab the shield and do it normally. I think.
Yeah, grab shield, grab map.
I never seen Slot doing it without the Deku shield, so I'm not surprised it's just gonna do that. And since you still have to go grab the map compass, it's not as bad as it looked like.
No, not
You
that
still
big of a
lose some
time
time,
loss.
but yeah, you still need those. So yeah, and
I
Shadow Kill. It's I didn't know where was Shadow. I didn't look at it, but finding two different stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, just deciding to leave. It'll come back later with the shield. That's what it means then. Well, you
Yeah.
just buy the shield, so it'll come back.
So sometimes in beta quests you get goals on the card that if you just find it, you win. You get the goal for free. So what goals do we have on here that are like that? I see golden scale on there.
Yeah. Yeah, Golden Skull can be tricky if you have to RB, but in this case, you're right.
Yeah. Sometimes you get the 27th heart piece. Sometimes there's the Lon silo heart piece, stuff like that.
Yeah, in this case, there's not many, I guess. Their Deku Stick is like pretty free. Everyone can get it.
Yeah, if they just find woods. Yeah, we haven't seen Lost Woods yet in this seed, have we?
I think we saw it early, but like for a couple of seconds.
So
Yeah, I think
way back to Deku.
it doesn't.
So, we were talking about loading zones and exploration being a huge pillar of beta quest gameplay, and how you process that information. Every player does it differently, and I'm more talking about like note taking. So, what do you personally do with your note taking, Dav?
I'm like one of those players who go all out. Like I like to take a lot of notes in a sense, but I like to take them very fast and very messy. So what I do is like I take note for every. I take two type of note. The first type is like the classic one. So like if you have bazar, like you want to go to market, I write down like Impa House is market. So I know that if I enter the Impa House in CAC, it's lead me to the market. So that's like my first thing. Like I do the normal, like just all the location, it goes everywhere. The second thing is I use check mark. So I check mark every single loading zone in CAC. So I know once I did Impa House, I'll just use the check mark and then bam, I know I did that. And the reason why I do this is there's two reasons. The first reason is I like to see going GTG is pretty nice also, and start this back to this. The reason why I do this is like I like to see if I did it from the other side. So if I find Impa House and somewhere like I always went there from the inside, I know if I didn't do it, I can just space on some from the other side. It's very for me to just like switch my eyes and know what I did from the other side. That's the reason why. And the second reason is like when I play it, in co-op with Mike Cass, sharing like a goal drive where we know what we both do. We don't have to talk about it. We just check the card and like, well, Mike did that, so I don't have to do this. Just make it very fast, like the exploration. Like it's crazy. Like it's the next level strat for this.
So Exodus finding great things back to back here. He found Gerudo training grounds, but does Exodus have a Deku shield? I don't think he does.
No.
Yeah, so anything, I believe it's 6 or less Gerudo training ground key goals can be done as child due to the Bonchu Vine clips.
So now it's 7, but it's very hard.
Oh, I see. Okay. Which is the 7th key?
Okay, no, guessed it, man. It's hard.
Okay, I won't go into it then.
Okay, the 7 is the eyes switch.
Okay.
The reason why the eyes work, like the spin wise, you can do the other one, but the other one are really very bad. So I'm not gonna talk about them. But the eye switch is how you do it is like with the quick put away glitch. You can get
right, okay.
You can do it with that. It's kind of hard, but it's a top strat. So normally, a normal player is just gonna do 6-1. If I see 6, I'll do 6. If I see 7, I'll wait for adult. I don't want to wait more.
So Sloth has picked up Map and Compass in Dodongo's Cavern. Sloth has both the Dodongo's Cavern and the Deku Tree maps. He only needs one more to knock off that goal, and he needs 4 more compasses as well for that compasses goal.
So, do you rather have a Ocarina and Sunsong or Sunsong and Bomb?
I would rather Sunsong and Bomb. So another reason why Bottle is so powerful in Beta Quest is the Ocarina items glitch. It allows you to not only sort of replace the Ocarina as your song playing tool, you can with Ocarina items, say if you were to go into a boss area such as Baronade, you can OI and place Sunsong in the boss rooms, and that's further loading zone checks. And you cannot do that with Ocarina because that's grayed out. So while Ocarina is nice for, basically you don't need to expend items, like you don't need to expend bombs to kill yourself to play Sunsong or something. Bottle is just infinitely better for speedrunning tricks than Ocarina generally is. I don't know if you agree with that take or not.
It's interesting. I say it's like one of the strongest combo you can have is, as Chal at least, is the Ocarina Bomb.
Yeah, because it's damage buffering, right?
Yeah, it's very strong, but it's very hard to get early. But yeah, just Bottle Sunsong, man, it's gonna work. It's does the job. Like honestly, like you want, and like just even like Bottle on the boss, like it's just having Sunsong for the bosses is so important early on, especially when you don't have a lot of like beat bosses goal. It's very technical, but like yeah, you're just happy when you see those items early on, because there's nothing worse that it's 3 hours in the game and you find Sunsong. There's nothing worse. It's terrible. You're like, well, what am I gonna do with that? There's 30 minutes left. I'm gonna waste 2 minutes on getting it, and I should still probably getting it because it's still really useful. Yeah, so it's just I as long as you see it there them early, it's all good. I don't Same with the Ocarina, man. Getting your like 30 minutes and like 2 hours is like it's just a cutscene in the way of you winning.
Exactly. So Sloth purchasing 3 beans. He's going to be on his way to planting that goal, and we are eventually going to see a tied 3-3 game here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Exodus is currently down in equipment right now. Exodus doesn't have a Deku Shield or Zelda's Lullaby, I believe. So Sloth with the advantage here right now.
Yeah, I think so. Just because of the Dense Fire goal, I think having CL for Dense Fire as early as you can is important here. But you still have the hookshot though, which I don't think Slot have. So we don't know what's gonna happen here.
Yeah. Well, is the hookshot even important? Because sometimes people over. Like I've seen some people really overvalue hookshot in pretty much every single beta quest seed they play. But let's look at the card here. What do you need hookshot for?
Like hookshot is very like it's very like if you see a water goal, you need hookshot. Most of the time that's the meme, but like in this case, like you don't want to over to Forest Temple goal, I guess.
No.
There's a bunch of play. It's not that worse, but yeah, I still think it's pretty important. Yeah, Mikey's right. He's saying you save a lot of time in Blackout. He is right. I won't say that, but I win some game against him without the hookshot. You don't need it.
If you heard a stretching noise there, chat, that was DavPat flexing his muscles. It's quite audible.
My next game is against him, so of course I'm gonna do some jabbing.
Alright, there's another goal that's sticking out like a sore thumb on this card, and that's the 7 Hearts goal. So, one thing that's very annoying about Beta Quest is we are dying quite a bit to check loading zones. We have early Sunsong here, so that's helping a lot, but you generally don't see runners go for Hearts goals until almost the end of the run, because they want to keep, basically want to keep 3 Hearts as long as possible to aid in their ability to, kill themselves.
That's like, I don't know that for that. I think I kind of like started not doing that because it's so easy to just get like, oh man, it's 3 hours in and I still don't have like, I still didn't kill a boss, I still have 2 HP. I started just like grab, like the important part about art is you want to do it like in one time, right? If you start collecting them, you want to go for them like in one shot. And the reason why, what you don't want to do is you go for her and you get one, and then you damage down and you die. You get another one, so you have fire, and then you damage down and you die. So you don't want to do that, right? Because every time your health is refilling. But if you get all of them in one sweep, like it could be like at 1 hour in, it doesn't matter. After that, what is good about it is like you'll be able to stat three health for a long time, and it's gonna act as normal. But the important part is like you don't want to like be like, okay, I'll get one there, and then you just start like just doing that shovel. Because that shovel is very bad. That's the one you lose time.
Sloth in Lost Woods picking up that 20 sticks goal.
So like you see Exodus, I think he just got one from killing. I'm not sure if he killed something, but he's at 4 HP right now. He's just gonna kill Bongo right here. That's perfect because like he didn't really lose any time. He doesn't have a shield though, so it's not fun.
Oh, and he's getting fisted. So there you go, Sloth. It's 3-3 right now, all tied up.
Boink.
There we go. Is he a quick spin legend?
Oh boy, that's Ingolson's rough. Yeah, that's really rough. That's not okay. So here, okay, so I was gonna find a hook shot here. Oh man, what is Exo doing? Is he really just gonna play Sansa now?
Maybe. So this is what I was talking about before with the Ocarina.
Niner. Okay, no. Okay, that's something weird. There's something more weird. I have to refresh. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, Exodus is playing Sunsong. So with Ocarina items, you can play Sunsong in boss chambers. So there we learned that entering Bongo Bongo's room brought us to Hyrule Field's west opponent escape.
If you refresh TG, you'll be able to see the card on your commentary.
That's cool. I will do that.
But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like Slot playing Sunsong here. It's kind of good because if there's like a deep Jabu goal, you can go deeper in Jabu and not worry about like leaving it. So it's small detail like that really make you faster in Beta Quest. Just understanding the exploration and stuff like that.
Alright, so what loading zones have we not seen yet? So Forest Temple is pretty stacked. We have the 5 keys and the 5 Skulltulas in Forest. I don't think either player has been to Forest yet.
No, I don't think so.
No, so that's a big one that we need to watch out for sort of later in the game. We found Fire Temple. We're still looking for Market Skulltula loading zones.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those where you never find the pot room and you're just so sad. The pot room,
yeah,
it can be terrible because that skull is only there as child, so you don't want to go there. You want to go adult after that skull, but it can take so much time sometimes.
So yeah, so going adult is another huge decision you need to make in Beta Quest. And while it's easy to say, well, I go adult after I'm done all my child goals, when does it become sort of you have it? Like, at what point do you think it becomes a bad idea to keep being as child into your 3.5 hour time limit?
If you're behind, I say if it's like 2 hour in and you're behind, like let's say like for a goal, and you know the other guy is adult, you gotta either commit to the perfect exploration, finding everything, and you're doing good, or just go to your goal. Because at some point, and we have to remember that like the person that win the game is like at the 2 hour and 30 mark is the one who, like, let's say we have a tie, it's 22-22. The person who win is just the guy who got the first 22, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important to get that 22 before their opponent.
Yeah, the reason I bring this up is that the last streamed Beta Quest tournament match from this Blackout tournament was you versus Runner Guy. And I put down the match deciding factor being Runner Guy unable to route back to Lon Lon as child and really had to delay going adult. And that really ate into his sort of time budget. So that is something you really do have to be aware of. Yeah. And also being able to route to Temple of Time in the first place.
In this card, though, you can delay adult for a while, big while, because there's a lot of good stuff you can do as child. that is faster. Like the GDG keys are one example. It's faster to do them as child. But you need the bottom the well, you need the scale, you need Gurren bracelet. Like there's a bunch of stuff you need, so it doesn't. You don't have to go adult. Like they don't have forest. Also, here's a goal. Like Slot could go do compass, map and compass here. That could be a good plan, and get the overboots. I think that's reasonable, honestly.
Yeah, hover boots are super useful.
It's very useful.
You don't need me telling you that.
Yeah. There's not another golden shadow also, so that's another reason to go do it right away.
Yeah, and you can pick up that free map as well.
Exactly.
And I believe that will be the third map for Sloth too, so that's a goal. So he has a lot of incentive to mega flip over this gap and pick up boots in the map.
Yeah, the pressure.
The pressure. Yeah, so Sloth does pick up this map. He will be leading this match 4-3. And Exodus finally being able to pick up a Deku Shield. That's big for him.
That's a surprising one to get. Shot.
So
sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't.
So that's another thing. Neither player has found Mirror Shield yet, but in Beta Quest, you are allowed to equip Mirror Shield as child. I don't know exactly the reason why, but you know what? It makes the game a lot more fun that way. Mirror Shield is basically a side grade to the Deku Shield. While the Mirror Shield can't be burnt in the hands of child, you cannot reflect objects, so you can't use Mirror Shield to get a slingshot, for an example. And I'm pretty sure there's another situation where that's relevant, but I'm not sure.
Entering Gamma's room.
Yes.
That's the most, like, you cannot get slingshot that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, but most of the time players are just happy when they find Mirror Shield early. It's
no kidding.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and that also allows you to defeat Twin Rova as child without, really any big shenanigans, so...
Okay, so Mike in the chat said that, like, leaving the hookshot is the hookshot, but with some weird stuff between it. So let's see what happened here. I'm curious. Oh, it's a collapse. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is another thing. Like, there are some very weird ways to get into loading zones in Beta Quest, and there is a term I use, and I use the term main loop, and that sort of, if you were to naturally just go to the loading zone in front of you, I count that as sort of like the main loop. So let's say if, I'm just doing my regular loading zone checking, and then I eventually find Sun Song, I can basically virtually guarantee that my opponent will also find Sun Song at some point. But if you find, like, Zelda's Lullaby off of a really weird chain, like you need to die at, like, a loading zone, and then, like, I don't know, do some other weird stuff that might not be a thing that people check, then you can sort of... It sort of becomes a question as to whether or not your opponent will actually find that in the first place, and then you can sort of leverage that to your advantage. That's not really a big of a thing in Blackout, because Blackout is a much more individualistic competition rather than Lockout, which is a lot more interactive as you're in real time blocking your opponent from doing stuff, but still.
Yeah. No, I totally get what you mean by that. It's very interesting. Sometimes you'll do some crazy stuff. You'll be like, "There's no way the guy is gonna find that, right?" And then like a couple of seconds later, you just find it. It's like, okay.
Speak about finding it, Sloth in GTG, and it looks like he's on his way to get the 5 keys.
What was leaving GTG? It was something good, right?
I don't believe it was good.
No. I'm sure it was good. My Beta Quest sense is struggling. I think Exodus did that. What was it? Let me think about it.
I'll defer
Fire. It was Fire, right?
It was Fire Temple?
I think so, yeah.
No, that was Deku.
I'm so confused. Well, the point is, here, Slot's probably not going to leave here because he want to do the keys. So we'll know what happened.
Yeah, we need to hire an intern who's
tracking
notes and tracking.
I think Shiro could do that. Just take the note. She take all the location note, and then she's gonna be really good at the Beta Quest.
We need our stats person here.
Smiley face. Yep.
That's fine.
That's like asking someone to just do like hour and double. It's like it's just so much work.
So yeah, Sloth should have 3 maps though, but he hasn't marked off the square yet. I believe he has Deku, DC, and Shadow now. So
Did he get the map in Shadow? I'll ping.
yeah,
it.
he did. He was in the room because he
Cheating!
used a
Oh
couple
my
of nuts.
god. She is supposed to mark everything. Please, someone tell him.
Big cheats.
That's not the end of the world.
No.
That map, anyways, is like just 3 map is like you can get that anytime soon. It's no big deal.
Exodus doing one of my favorite Ice Cavernous child tricks. If you wait, I believe it's like 13th red, and you just drop the bomb to you can just walk through this wall.
Yeah. Don't jinx him, man.
So what does Blackout mean? So in front of you is a bingo board of 25 different objectives that our players have to complete. So we got 4 boss keys. We've got 7 heart pieces, or 7 hearts, golden scale, go on bracelet. Our runners here are trying to complete these goals within a 3.5 hour time limit. And the player with the most amount of goals, or the first player to get all 25 goals, will win and advance onto the grand finals of this Beta Quest Blackout tournament.
Oh, so that's dying against the stall foes feels bad,
no.
man. Yeah, and the reason why it's called Blackout, because like that's the really funny part, right? Because well, they're not blacking out; they're just coloring the thing. It used to be you click on all the goal, you color them, and then you black out. That's why it was called Blackout. But nobody's doing that anymore. Everyone like I don't know why.
That reminds me of how Bottle Adventure was found first, and then there was Reverse Bottle Adventure, which is required for Bottle Adventure, so I guess we're just running with tradition here.
Oh, sorry.
In terms of naming stuff. And there's both Heart Pieces and Death Mountain Crater marked off for, I believe that is Exodus.
Yeah, technically we should call it Color Out, but that's kind of a... that's kind of weird. Oh man.
Or Full Clear or something boring. No, I like Blackout. It sounds much more of a... It has a name with gravitas. I like it.
Yeah, it's more expert.
It's more expert.
I'm doing Blackout tonight. It's gonna be great.
So last time I said that Sloth had the advantage because he had that Deku Shield and he had Zelda's Lullaby, but now Exodus has taken the lead here, getting both Crater Heart Pieces. He's now winning 4-3. Who has the advantage here as we finish the first hour of this match?
It's so hard to know because, like, Sloth's gonna just mark up current bracelet, and Exodus is gonna be like, I still don't have ZL. What the hell is going on? But man, that hookshot is scary because I don't know what it is. Someone in the chat told me it was leaving hookshot, and I saw it a couple of times, and it didn't happen. So right now I'm like, what the hell is going on? Where is the hookshot? So both players have really interesting tool on both sides. So it's still pretty early. I didn't do like the math count, I guess.
The math. T Grenadier in chat is asking if both players can see what they have each other marked. Yes, and that can play into your decision making a little bit. But it's not as super relevant for Blackout as it is for other Beta Quest competitive modes such as Lockout.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
the whole point. And we're seeing some double boss room Sunsong action here.
Yeah, the best.
So I believe we know where Barry
is. No, it's the worst. Never mind. It's the worst. The worst.
My goodness. I could hear his eyes rolling across the Atlantic Ocean as that organ started playing for Sloth.
So I've been thinking, okay, for the next tournament, I really, really want to have Ganondorf as a goal. Oh, it's fighting. And the reason why I want Haddon as a goal is that I think it would make it way more interesting and fun when you find it and it's on the card.
Yeah,
you'll be like, this is a weird feeling. I'm not sure what I'm feeling right now. Am I happy? Am I sad?
I think they just cancel each other out and you just have a blank expression on your face.
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting. I'm not sure if it would work, but it'd be like a really hard goal to complete because you still need the light arrows. But that'd be like an interesting light arrow goal, I feel like.
Yeah. So Exodus, big pickup here, finally finding Zelda's Lullaby. So
That's
Sloth
huge.
and Sloth and Exodus are pretty much on the same foot here, with Exodus having the 1-goal lead.
That's very huge because not now Slot is just a hookshot behind. That's pretty much it. He does have bomb though, which is still pretty good. But let's see how good it is on the over, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you get hookshot from being shadow, so it's not the worst, I guess. You can get that beating shadow.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We saw Exodus give up on beating Bongo then. So so that means that there's 2 ways to get hookshot then. You can either defeat Bongo and step through that blow warp, or you can get the loading zone inside of Graveyard, which for some reason as Child, instead of putting you on the pedestal, puts you in a near identical place as entering from Kakariko in Graveyard. So it's really hard to tell sometimes. Like, if you loaded a Graveyard and there's a white flash, that means you came from Bongo's room. So let's keep our eyes peeled if Exodus can find that loading zone.
Yeah, it's at that point. It's like you have to be optimal. You want to do the goal, and you need to be optimal in your exploration also.
Or save an Ice Cavern. Okay, gotcha. We have seen Ice Cavern. Ice Cavern, I believe, is leaving Gerudo Training Grounds.
Yeah, which sadly for Slot he died there.
Yeah,
he should be able to leave though from what I've seen. Also, I think I don't remember, but I think Slot talked to Inpa here. So getting the cutscene skip from Zelda's letter is really important, and the reason why is because you test the loading zone. It's not because you save time. Saving time is nice, but testing that loading zone, I think, is even more important.
Damage buffering with Zelda's letter.
Yeah, so rude.
And look at this, Sloth has got Saria's song, and he's already getting the Goron bracelet over with as he ties it up 4-4. And there we go. Exodus got the death. Good stuff.
Yeah. The synchronizing is so good. I'm not sure if the people saw that, but synchronizing on the Goron, yeah, that's a good one. Alright, so Goron bracelet done. That's important. So you're still missing a lot of stuff as Child, but that's important.
Yeah, having a strength upgrade also allows you to do a couple of other cool stuff. Strength upgrades in vanilla are not like randomizer like we're used to now, like acclimatized. Like, it's not a progressive upgrade. If you were to get silver gauntlets, then you just have silver gauntlets. You don't, get your first strength. So.
Oh, that's Forest. Nice. So we
that is Forest.
Yeah.
That's a huge find. That's a huge find there for for Sloth there.
I think we've seen all the dungeon now, right? Oh, maybe Spirit. I think I saw Spirit, but for a couple of seconds. It's hard to know if it was the good entrance, though.
Well, you can tell. So what we're talking about there is the Spirit Temple entrances from the hand, so the child side and the adult side. If you spawn standing on the incline, you are on adult side. If you're standing on the flat part, then you're on child side. And I'm assuming by good side, you're talking about adult, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I have this tendency of just like using weird word like Impa House, Coal House, like just stuff like it's not named like that. It's just it's all house.
Yeah, back when I played Beta Quest all the time a couple of years ago when I was really hooked on it, Sloth still makes fun of me to this day for having the TG notepad on my stream, but I came up with like really short codes for pretty much every loading zone in the game, so I have really weird pet names. Like this Web Grotto, I just call Web.
That's huge. Yeah. So
the Easter egg.
So Sloth finding both grotto. He doesn't have to do it right now because there's a strat you could have done to like just do quick put away, burn the torch, burn the web with quick put away, which like kind of make your stick have a fire value to it.
I really need
And
to
then
learn
just
that trick.
you have to. It's a very strong one to learn. It's like one of the strongest thing you can learn right now.
Yeah, that was quick put away was a trick that was discovered during my break from OOT over the past like year and a half. So
And oh yeah, what is this? Okay, so yeah, you do quick put away over to the skull, and then you don't have to worry about it. But since there's an fire on the card, doesn't matter. You can do that later on. Sky Temple, man. What is Sky Temple? That's like one of the questions that people ask often.
yeah, so the grotto loading zones in Beta Quest all lead to the same place of the same type. So if it's a grotto that sorry, something in my throat. If it's a grotto that leads to a rupee chest, then that'll always take you to the same place. If it's the grotto that leads to the business scrubs, that will lead to the same place. However, one of grotto in each seed, like one grotto type, will lead to that secret sky temple or Easter egg. And there are 3 iron knuckles waiting to kill you. And the game freezes you in place, so you need to have 5 or more hearts or double defense in order to withstand that first hit, and then you're free to attack the 3 iron knuckles. If you defeat the iron knuckles, you have a choice between 3 chests. You can either get a shield, bomb choose, or money.
Yeah.
And then after that, you can save warp out, and then if you were to go into the grotto that leads to the Easter egg, it brings you to a brand new loading zone. So
yeah, so yeah, exactly. You can also use a fairy as a child, but it doesn't work as adult. Which is really funny because most people think, oh, I can just use a fairy, and then they go there as adult with a fairy and they just die. But it's only work as a child.
I did not know that.
What is very very annoying about Sky Temple is that for Sunsim it's going to be required, because when you just explore normally and you don't test any grotto and you find Sky Temple, that means Sky Temple is blocking something, but you don't know what it is.
Gotcha.
When you enter generic grotto, so grottos that are not in the loading zone exploration, and I can get spur in detail, like the generic grotto is like all the grotto with chests, ghostic stone, and the fish there. That's the generic grotto type, and those one are never in the loading zone that are shuffled. So like leaving CAC, leaving the graveyard is never gonna lead you there normally.
Yeah. Same with the generic fairy buttons as well.
Exactly, yeah. And so the thing is, if you never find Sky Temple after like 4 hours exploration, it probably means Sky Temple is behind one of those grottos. So you have to start checking the generic grotto, which is good, because if Sky Temple is not a goal, you don't have to worry about it. You're just like, all right, I'm fine. But the moment where you find Scar Temple by just leaving CAC, and then it's a grotto like the web grotto, and then you leave the web grotto, and then bam, it's Sky Temple. There is something behind Sky Temple. That could be anything. It could be bottom of the well. It could be anything. And the problem is there's no other way to reach that, right? You have to beat Sky Temple to reach the next loading zone, because there's no way to test leaving the web grotto. There's only a way to enter it, but there's no leaving.
Yeah.
So it really make it very hard in the sense that it can be very punishing.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
It's their player. Like some player will like to clear it. I'd personally just like to take note where it is and come back later on if I have to. But it's one of those, like if there was something behind Sky Temple, if there's something behind the top door of Ghana Tower, I'm gonna have a really bad time with the seed. But at least I know where they are. The important part is like always know where you are in the seed, where are the stuff. As long as you take note, you can always come back later on there. So.
All right. So you actually jogged my memory about something. We haven't seen bottom of the well yet in this beta quest seed, and that's usually like a huge loading zone to find just because of how many materials are in there.
Yeah.
And we have a goal in there too, I believe.
Map and compass also.
Map and compass, yep, and that. Yeah. So
the golden rupee chest is also pretty free to get in there.
Yeah, we need to find 3 of those over the course of this seed, which I believe is the rupee chests new for the beta quest bingo.
Yes, it is new. They started had it in the normal bingo card also, but it is new for Beta Quest for sure. And I think we're the first like group of person adding this as a goal. The only thing you got to be careful is like it's not like in the normal OT, since there's some generic Grotto have golden rupee, like the one in DMC. There's a maximum of rupee chests you can have in Beta Quest, so that's why you only see 3 rupee chests, because otherwise, like if you're trying to do a normal bingo card, but you're trying to do like I think it's like 5 rupee chests, it's not doable in Beta Quest, so you gotta be careful with that.
So I'm trying to jog my memory now of where all the yellow rupee chests that you can get in Beta Quest. There's the like room in GTG.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Breed-Dead Grotto. There's the hand fight. Oh, Sloth finds
first fairy,
first fairy spell. Oh, I got spoilers. No. I have the actual bingo sync room open that the 2 players are going, so I get to see in real time when they mark off. So.
Okay, so it's gonna be hit. Is that it? Oh no.
Yeah.
What is this first time luck? This is amazing.
No kidding. Yeah, first we knew that it was a fairy spell because the fountain flames are green, so that means it's either Din's, Faurora's, or Nehru's. But when you play Zelda's Lullaby, the camera pans into the fountain one of 3 different ways depending on the spells. So if it pans in the middle, as you see here, it's Din's Fire. From the left, it's Nehru's Love, and from the right, it's Faurora's Wind. So
yeah.
Oh, Exodus in Dodongo's Cavern as Sloth picks up a goal. Sloth is currently leading 5-4 here.
Technically, it'd be 6-4.
Yeah.
Can someone go ping? Mike, can you go ping Slot? Bought it for the map, just to make it make sure he's not just did not forget about it. I just have it's the perfect timing, man, to find a bomb because he only have 2 bomb shield left, so it's a very good timing for him. Ping him. No cheating out here.
Uh-huh.
I hate it. There's so many stuff to track that sometimes you just like forget one thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Totally normal. This is new, Living Fire.
Yeah. So we have a lot of goals marked off here. What goals do our competitors need to get as child still before they consider going adult? So both Hyrule Field area skulls is still on there. Market skulls as well.
Yeah, the pots room and the market. Yeah, the market stuff for sure, and the bottom of the well also, I guess.
Okay, and we still have 2 hours and 20 minutes left to go. So this is definitely a lot more of an active child section than we saw in the other streamed beta quest match we had here on ZSR. There we go. Exodus picking up a map. I don't know if this is his 3rd or not, because he has Deku Tree.
Deku Tree DC. He doesn't have. He only have those 2, but
yeah. Okay.
I'm almost sure Slot have the other one, except if he skip it in Shadow. But that'd be weird because I remember killing it in the thing. And he have it. It's just he forget it. I write it down in big thing. I'm probably just gonna mark it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, you did get it in Shadow. We're not crazy, right? Yeah.
Nope.
It's a matter of tracking like 2,000 thing in this game, and you're like, okay, I forget this.
Sloth says he doesn't have 3 maps.
I don't have it. Okay. Just let him do his own thing then.
Okay.
Man. He skipped the one in DC.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Man, that's mind blowing. Why would you? I'm so.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The moment I hit enter on
some I get it. I get it. Is there another map? This Fire Temple map.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm probably gonna get chewed out for Sloth by doing that. I'm sorry.
Well, my bad, sir. He's joking, and chat is very funny.
Okay.
He said, "I don't have DC, dude. Could you stop, please, giving info?" Alright, but
Okay.
it makes sense. It makes sense because like the map in Compass and Fire, you want to be on Tumble. You don't need to open the chest if there's a map in Fire, right? Yeah, that's my bad. I knew there was a reason why. I got fixated. That's why we all
Same
did.
here.
But it doesn't really matter. Like I said, that goal is like really fucking free, so you can do it multiple way.
There we go. Sloth finding Spirit Temple.
Yeah, doesn't have to do it right now. I like to do it right now, but some people don't like. I like to start working on it as child and finishing as adult. Man, it's only 1 hour and 15 minutes. Those guys are big rocking it, man. There's
no
a lot
kidding.
of stuff to do. Like, Slot is already done with all the Zeal goal. That's like hard, like stuff. Well, not the hard, but like all the stuff like Current Bracelet, Inspire. Meanwhile, Exo is not so far behind. So they're gonna be able to go adult soon. I feel like maybe they're just gonna say, okay, this bottom of the world is not happening. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that.
Well, at least I can take comfort in the fact that Exodus knows where Shadow Temple is anyway, so it's not really a big.
It's more for DC. Yeah, it's more for DC.
Well, Exodus has seen DC as well, so I didn't
honestly, like, I don't think. If I were in this case, I don't think it would be a big. Like, there's so many stuff track. It doesn't really matter. It's like, yeah, your opponent might have it. You should play on your side. Like, it's not a lockout. If it was a lockout, though, it would be different.
Oh, 100%. I would not have said anything if it was lockout, because it's not a rule in lockout that you have to mark off goals as you get them, so.
Okay, so yeah, so Slot's starting to play Sanson. Just testing the other side of that. Sure.
Yeah, desperately trying to find those remaining loading zones he needs to find his child.
Mm-hmm.
Have we found both Hyrule Field Skulltulas? We saw the Web Grotto. Yeah. Have we found the Bro Grotto as well? I call it the Bro Grotto, but...
No, we saw both of those.
Okay.
It's just a matter of finding the last spot room and bottom dwell. They're going to stay shallow for a while for this, I feel like.
Exodus hovering up to the Hyrule Castle Grotto Skulltula that he needs for the 4 market area Skulltula goals.
Such a clean way to hover also, I like it.
Yeah.
No bomb hover, just using the other skull to hover there. Clean, like it. Very good. So you talking about main noob a little earlier, saying that like from where you spawn, you get into main loop, and that's something your opponent is gonna do and you're gonna do. There's another thing I really like to talk about is like the more of the time you go back, so like you just leave Temple of Time. So the more time you don't break your exploration, the less messy it's gonna be, and the more time. Oh, Exodus find this is a big thing.
Yeah, they're huge.
The more time like you keep a clean exploration, meaning like if you find CAC, you get the bottle, and you have the choice, and you like the way you find CAC is like from the party house. And you're still playing with me, like so you're in CAC, you spawn there, then you get the bottle. Where should you go next? You can go to Impa house, you can go to the Sculptor house, or you could go to the party house. And I feel like the best answer there is going back to the party house. And the reason why is by keeping a clean exploration, you'll make sure that you can always go back and it's something new. The moment where you start breaking up that exploration, so like you're in CAC from party house, you get the bottle, and you go to the Impa house. It's kind of bad because now there's 2 living Zoe that's broken. So one time you might go enter the Zoe as the main shop, and it's going to lead to the Impa house. So that's broken. You're going to have to move around and go to somewhere else because you already did that. So
and that really just comes down to what your style of note taking in as well. Right.
But I think it's like if you're playing without note, or like easiest way to not being lost in beta quest is always go back to the location where you came from. And by doing that, it's gonna make your exploration like super clean. It's gonna feel like you find everything because you're always trying something new. You're always going back. Oh, is gonna are being the But yeah, it's just a matter of like prudency. But I feel like it's interesting. Like I was talking about this because Slot just plays Sun Song somewhere. That's kind of bad because in a sense, like the next time you're in DMC and you find like going to Garden City, well, the problem with that is that you already did that. So you try to not broke too much the exploration TLDR if you're new to this game. All right. More
so Exodus in Lost Woods.
So where was the pot room? Do we know catch it up?
Oh jeez, I was too excited saying that it was pot room, and I don't think I was looking at where the limb zone went. Dude, commentating beta quest races is so difficult because like you need to have like picture perfect memory on like 2 streams at once while you're also trying to give info on like what's going in the mines, and it's so easy to miss stuff.
Yeah, the way I see it is like the important part is just catching up the like loading zones, like knowing that they find forests. We don't know where they're going, but at least we know they find the stuff, right? I think it's quite important. Because there's a big difference between someone going somewhere and you just know it because like they're just going straight to somewhere, like it's just clear, and someone is just moving around and doing like just random stuff.
So
finding back at each time. Nothing inside of it, sadly, for this time. Just gonna save warp.
Sadly, no Jabu is good Jabu.
Yeah, just gonna save warp out of here. Good.
So yeah,
there's just a lot of collapse loading zone. Like, I mean, a lot.
Yeah. So I believe, have we found everything that we need to find his child now?
Bottom of the well. Just bottom
of the well. Right. I'm surprised we haven't found a way to, as adult, go past that crawl space.
Man, that's like we did, but it's not like it's not straightforward. I'm just waiting for the just like, oh, we could have just done a weird job all this time alone. But yeah, it's like the final wall in a sense. You can break it with first win, but it's such a pain to do. Okay, if Slot plays Suns on here, it should lead you to the oak shot, but he's not. He probably didn't saw. That's gonna be rough if he doesn't realize it right here. He's gonna have to be Bongo to reach the oak shot, or what do you mean properly, or do it as Adel. That's the other.
So I want to follow up on that thought you just said about setting up Furor's Wind. So in vanilla OOT, if you were to set Furor's Wind in a dungeon as child, and you go adult, that Furor's Wind point is then deleted. However, in Beta Quest, it is not. So if you were to set Furor's Wind in Bottom of the Well as child, and go adult, you could then go into a place where you can use Furor's Wind and then warp to well. So Furor's Wind early is such a really useful tool. Not only for that, it does make dungeons also go quicker if you route using it correctly, but Furor's Wind, an incredibly useful fairy spell in Beta Quest.
And like if I like to do my comparison with the item randomizer. In item randomizer, you get 2 fairy spell, I think. Is that the thing they get? So like you can like just use first win in Child Spirit, and like it's not the same thing. In this, you only get 1, so you can do stuff very cool. Like you start Spirit as Child, you draw first win, and then you finish it as Adult, which I kind of like. I think it makes very interesting play. Yeah, that would be crazy if like an item randomizer you just drop first when like in Jabu, and then like, oh, I'll finish it as that, or some stuff like that. Well, in this case you would be able to equip the boomerang, but still look pretty cool, I guess. I require use this song. We all know that, right?
Nah. As we know, warp songs in Beta Quest are always useful.
Yep. Man. Yeah, that's the reason why I won against Hergy, right? I played it all of the warp song. I know his weakness. And it's so good in this chat. They had it like just play, like there's a incentive to just play a random warp song. It's such a good one. All right, but yeah. It's also a unique warp, so we'll know. Maybe you'll get lucky and get somewhere good. But that'd be crazy if this like leading him to bottom the well or something like that.
So Exodus currently on his way through Child Side Spirit. He's trying to get the Wall Skull Tula on the other side here.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So,
Waiting out to make that room go quicker.
The reason why you want to do this as Chal, I feel like, is like it's just lesser pain. You don't have to worry about other stuff. He doesn't have to worry about Dense Fire here, I guess. So he can just like do the stuff. But you could also just decide to like hand here. Like, there's a bunch of ways you can do this. All right, Kak. Kak is fun. Enter forest. Okay. He did that. No slot. Oh, he's gonna play Requiem for the fans.
For the fans.
Let's go.
Yeah,
right there.
Oh, that's Suns.
Oh no, he's playing Sunson. That's interesting. Yeah, I know he did that because he used to want to find forest.
Okay, he's probably just still feeling out some loading zones here.
Yeah. Okay, oh, that's the next level. He knows he didn't try leaving the lake, so he's gonna die. That's like really next level strat right there.
Okay, just grabbing the second child side gold skull.
Spirit is such a Spirit is like such a great like dungeon for better quests.
Yeah, so Exodus playing it smart too. He's been damaging down all this time, so the moment he does get the gold skull, he can just touch something and just perish and really quickly get that save warp.
Oh, Slot's just that's the Slot play right there. I like it.
Yeah, going adult.
Going idle without bottom dwell. I think it's smart at this point.
Bufferless dot skip 2, what a legend.
Clean, clean, clean. So he's missing the pot room and the bottom dwell. Interesting.
So do you think Sloth is just calling it a wash on those goals and trying to?
No, he's not. He's planning to go back in time.
Yeah. So we did find Phantom Cannon. That is a good point. And Sloth have hookshot? Does he have hookshot yet?
I know he doesn't have it. That's the one major fact, and we know it's kind of tricky to get since it's Beat Shadow, but he have a lot to work on. So
Exodus is really scaring me right now. He's trying to bomb the Gold Skull Tula. Oh my goodness!
Man, you want to die everywhere, but the problem is that by being low in health, it just makes the all enemies so much scarier, man. Look at this, dude. This is so scary. You gotta climb that, and this guy just waiting for him. You know what's gonna happen?
Well, he wants to die.
Oh, the dodge.
Oh no, he doesn't. Right. Okay.
He plays Smash. Wave dash.
Wave dash, dude.
Yeah, we saw that. Young Link main right here. Oh yeah, no.
Link main.
No, honestly, yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's getting the map. Right. Man, I'm not in a good headspace right now.
Like I said, the only thing here is since you have Dense Fire in the card, if you're playing it, you're fine because you have Dense Fire. So
look at this. So Exodus doing the
put away.
Yeah, the quick put away to.
Just put away this time.
Oh yeah. But that is usually if you were to do what's it called? Delayed lighting the torch, getting a stick, but drawing the stick and then having it set on fire because the hitbox is weirdly loaded. Yeah, getting that is actually like really, really strict timing, so that was good on Exodus there.
So
Sloth finds well.
Was that save warping as Adult?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
This is perfect for him though, because he would not find that. The only way is playing Sunsong in the Temple of Time, but I think they already got this super early on the seed, so there's no way they're gonna find this really easily.
Yeah,
so that's very lucky for him.
So that's like one goal. Yeah, and since Exodus is playing Sunsloth leaving well, we're gonna be pretty much on the same path here.
Very interesting.
Both runners.
And that's the reason why at some point like going adult is not that bad, because like you never know where they're both stuff are. They could be super bad, and like they could be as adult luck, man.
Yeah, Beta Quest is all about making educated guesses like that and having them pay off or not. So Sloth already set up Scarecrow's Song as child, so he's now fully activating it here.
Yeah. But he doesn't have the hook shot. What is he doing? It's still a pretty like you're there, you might as well just get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what is Scarecrow's Song really good for in Beta Quest?
Not covering in fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably the only thing I can think of. There's some other use, but I say like glitch runners, like just like the like 5DC skull would be like, oh, I'm just gonna over there, it's fine. It's like most people just they have another way. Oh my god, this. I guess you can reset here if you want to. Yeah, that's what he did. So that's a good thing about dying. When you die and you just find one loading zone, it's like a terrible cutscene. If you save warp, you can just reset and skip the cutscene.
Yeah, exactly. Saving, again, being really important.
Mm-hmm.
So we are almost an hour and a half into this match. You're currently watching the Beta Quest Blackout tournament. This is technically the winner's final. Exodus and Sloth here are both 4-0 in this tournament. Winner moves on to the grand finals. I'm TG, joined by DavPat on commentary. We have around 2 hours left to go in this match.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting because Exodus things shall a little longer while it's not just going to ramp up those dungeons. I don't know what's going to happen. It could go either way, honestly.
Yeah, I'm worried a bit right now because I'm watching in front of us Exodus's child here looking around for loading zones, and Sloth as adult. I'm seeing flashbacks to your match against Runner Guy we had streamed last month, where this exact same thing happened, where Runner Guy stayed child for a bit too long and just eventually fell behind on all the adult goals. Do you? Hopefully we're not going to see that here.
Yeah, I'm very like the problem is if Exo stay there for the bottom of the well skull, that might be a problem because we know that his save warping is idle, I think, so it might be a very huge problem.
Yeah, however, I say that, but Exodus is currently in the lead 6-4, so he has a tiny bit of a time buffer here as Sloth enters Ice Cavern.
But it could go really either way. I think both players have the skills to just have it in their advantage. Even if Slot doesn't have hook shot, it can do some crazy over and stuff like that. So
yeah, now with Exodus with Goron Bracelet, 6-5.
Just to answer some question about Sunsong, yeah, the way you have to think about Beta Quest is like everything you do work exactly as the vanilla. So if you play Sunsong in some location, and it just reset in the vanilla game, it's gonna reset you in the loading zone. So like if you're in the market and you want to make it night, you play Sunsong there. It's just gonna put you back in the market from where you came from. But you're gonna make it night. Well, in Beta Quest, it's exactly the same thing, but with the loading zone randomized. So testing that is gonna be like testing the loading zone where you came from, but with Sunsong. So it's kind of complicated at the start, but once you understand it's exactly like the vanilla game, it may make it more simple in a sense. So it's just gonna find Forest Temple right here. Pretty huge find.
Mm-hmm. There's another compass for Sloth. I believe he has Django's Cavern, Deku, and now Ice Cavern. I believe those are the 3 compasses he has.
Yeah. He did not do Shadow, so...
No, because Shadow is beyond the Truth Spinner, so...
It's pretty easy, honestly. You should have done that. I'm confused why he did not go there.
He's probably saving it for later when so he can do it all in one trip. There. So Sloth finally finding
that's huge.
Yeah, save warping in Ice Cavern, finally finding hook shot. This is huge for Sloth.
Yeah, that's very huge. Now it's gonna be more yeah, this is huge because now you can actually do the dungeon correctly while Exodus is still trying to find that last bottom of the well warp, meaning that every time that Exodus is staying shallow and not finding a warp, Slot's just gonna go find the other stuff and just do it right away.
So I believe it's advantage Sloth right now. He is now winning 6-5 against Exodus. He has hookshot and he is adult, so Exodus is on paper behind on positioning right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about like what is Exodus' advantage right now.
There's not really a lot anymore.
Not really, right? You're totally right about that. The only advantage you have is the market skull. I think you have all of those in the bag.
Oh, we're about to see the quick put away glitch in action here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's gonna put away his stick while taking damage, which make his stick still there. Then with your jump slash, you just burn the thing because it think that you have like a weird value since you cancel your like putting away the stick. You have a weird value on the stick because of that. There's a bunch of cool stuff you can do with that, but
I have some research to do after this stream.
Yeah, and the way Exodus did it is like the 1.1 and later on version.
Yep.
There's like easier way to when you start to do. You can use like a cutscene item, or you could have used like the ocarina. But in Bingo, it's banned to do it like this way. But in Beta Quest, it's not banned since everyone is on 1.0. That's very like technical, but if you want to learn it, it's really easy for a new player.
Yeah, just skipping that requirements of Magic and Din's Fire is huge.
Yeah, that's a huge part. But this other cool stuff you can do. You can just do I like to call it like the over. Like your bomb just explode right away, right?
Yeah.
So because of that, you can just like do like over, just like nonstop like bomb over, which is really really fast to do and like very strong in some situation. And I remember one scene where I did like I was at 24 goal, and I was like, okay, I have to go back in time and get the Kojiro in the chest on the top of the fortress because Kojiro is always there as my last goal. And I spawned in on the 37 HP entrance. I'm like, okay, I can just do that over, like just like quick up over to there and just grab it right away. You know, it was a pure like luck thing.
Yeah.
But, like those situations is why I like Beta Quest. It's like there's no setup for this. It doesn't exist because nobody's gonna ever do this. But when it happens and you're able to put up like just a YOLO setup, something you just learn on the fly, it's so cool. You feel so good. You're like, okay, I'm the smartest player in the game. That's all it feel like because you just did some random stuff, not planned, and it worked.
Yeah, it's sort of the difference. It's sort of the difference between like sheet reading a piece of music and being able to improvise something.
Yeah, exactly.
Exodus finally picking up Magic Meter.
Yeah, so on his way for Inspire.
Good
while
stuff.
Todd's grabbing, I think it's 2 Gyarados Fortress Skull, I believe. Or maybe one of those two. I never know with him anymore. Yeah, I think he just grabbed one of those. It didn't grab both. It doesn't really matter because it's next to it, but it's interesting. Oh, playing with Kawaii for the fans now. Let's go.
For the fans.
Yeah, where does it lead? Is Dobby in the chat?
Big shout out to the Zelda Speedruns fans.
Oh, it's so good! It's Cat!
Oh my goodness! So yeah, having a warp song to a hub area.
Oh, no, it's not Cat. Never mind.
No,
you baited. You baited.
No, dude.
It's terrible. So it's terrible. Never mind.
No.
G baiting all the chat and myself. No, it's long range is fine, I guess. It's not the worst you can get. Especially since sometimes you just never get back there.
It's not inside of a grotto that leads to Easter egg, so it's fine.
Yeah. Alright. I was working.
So this is an interesting thing about having Goron Bracelet as a goal that a lot of people might not think about is having Goron Bracelet as a goal prevents you from getting any other kind of strength upgrade. If Exodus was staring right in the face of the Silver Gaunt's chest there. If he got Silver Gaunts, he would have to unmark that goal.
Which
I believe.
Yeah, which can make some other gold more complicated, like the spirit small key. You cannot push the block now. You have to do the block skip. So you have to know how to do it or get the other entrance.
Yeah,
It's
and
small stuff, but it can be annoying for a new
and
player.
that can lead to some interesting goal mismatching, such as if you have an RBA gauntlets goal, such as blue gauntlets, and you need to also have blue scale.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
because RBAing for colored gauntlets destroys your dive meter essentially. So you have to RBA first, then go back in time, and then or not go back in go back in time, and then do
Or
blue scale.
or you do what I did in my last game against Enzo, and you go fishing as adult. What a great time! Oh man, it was so much good memories. Me felling it for 10 minutes, just raging.
Oh Lord!
Oh yeah, dude, it can be crazy.
Beta Quest be like.
Yep. It's fine. I know how to do it better now, and I'm going to be able to just go fishing whenever I want.
So Sloth getting map and compass and Shadow Temple for 7 points, leading Exodus
no tree
7-5.
Still no tree map. He's leaving Shadow because he didn't do that. I like that play. It's a very optimized exploration play.
Yep. He's got a lot of time left in the bingo to come back for the Skulltulas.
No, there's no Skull on Shadow. I don't think so.
Oh, what?
It's in Spirit. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought there was another Shadow Temple goal. My bad.
Yeah, don't worry about
fine.
it.
That's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. That's kind of stuff. It's like, alright, I'm gonna go do the small key in Forest, and like, oh no, I forget the 5 skull in Forest. It's like,
so I believe it looks like Exodus is going to pick up Din's Fire here. I believe this is the loading zone for Din's Fire.
Yeah, it should be.
Yep, it is. Spoilers.
And the reason why it's just when you test your first loading zone, most of the time players gonna go for the same Fairy Fontaine because it's probably like the fastest one to get to. So in this case, that's why they both get first right. It's very lucky, but
yeah. But yeah, there we go. So Exodus, even though he's still in Child, he is keeping this very competitive. However, Sloth is going to pick up both Death Mountain Crater Heart pieces as well. So he's still keeping this 2-goal lead happening.
I'd say that Sloth should start working on his HP. I think he should grab those two at least. Well, at least no, he's not even going for it. I think he should start working on those. 10 minutes is not a lot, but you don't want to do this at the end. I feel like.
So that is one thing I want to bring up because I interviewed both you and Runner Guy after your tournament match on Zelda Speedruns, and you talked about the psychological advantage being up goals is in a game. Do you want to sort of talk about that more, since we're almost halfway through? We're pretty much halfway through this match, and you have a 2-goal lead. How does that affect you when you're behind?
Yeah. So right now, it's kind of like if I were in Exodus place. You fell behind. You feel behind, and the reason why is that if you know that your opponent is like adult and you're still child, you're thinking you're doing something wrong, right? Because I'm so slow, like the other guy is adult, but what he doesn't know is that Slot didn't find everything. He just went adult, and that pressure, like you don't know what's happening, like who find what and stuff like that. I feel like it puts some pressure to just play bad. Just do well. If he's adult, I'm going adult. Like for no reason. You don't have to do this. Like you can stay child as long as you want in this game. It's not necessarily good, but I feel like that pressure of like checking what the other guy is doing can be very bad. Also, sometimes you should probably just like try to do on your stuff on your own, and then when start to be like more like at the end, it's now more the time of like, okay, now I should go rush the goals because like I want to have the last goal, be the one who have like the last goal, make sure like I'm at 23. If you get 23, I'm the first one there. But before that, if you always go for the blackout, you're in mind like I'm going for the win, I'm going for the blackout. Whatever your opponent is doing is not important.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's kind of balance of the two, but like I just know that like some players gonna tail fight. I get like for a goal before they're doing anything, there's gonna be like we're behind. We got to do stuff. We're just gonna rush the goal, and like it's not good. Like
No.
if you don't know what you're doing, it's not good. You're gonna have a terrible time if you do this.
I don't believe we actually went over that in sort of like clear words, but there is the 3.5 hour time limit. But I think you've brought this up like twice now. But just to make it clear, if players are tied when that 3.5 hour time limit is up, there is no overtime. The player who was leading going into the tie will win. So so I guess to change the words up a little bit, the person who last marked the goal loses. So having that point advantage going into a seed which might not be fully completable, either due to just it being a bad seed, having that point advantage is also a huge aspect.
It's very huge, yeah, because it's so determining also when you have 30 minutes in and you have to find the last thing because you're behind and like the map just doesn't have for yourself, so you have to do some like just bad exploration at the end, but sometimes you have to do this. It's kind of how I won against Senzo on the last time on my last tourney match. It's just I had fire, and he knew that he needed fire to win against me because I just did everything else before him. So he had to explore for fire, but fire is so long to do, so it's like, oh, you don't want to do that at the end.
So Sloth picking up his first yellow rupee chest?
It's second. He did the redead one.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So he also found bottom of the well. So whenever he does his Child 2 section, he's probably going to get the 3 skulls in bottom of the well and pick up that chest.
At that point, I think he's going to do fire. I think fire is faster at doing.
He does have Scarecrow song set up.
Yeah. He kind of set up everything for it, so I wouldn't be surprised if you do that.
And you do have to go pretty deep in Fire Temple for Compass anyway, so that might be the plan.
We'll see what's going to happen, for sure. Exo, man, still chow.
Yep. So yeah, Exodus really, I think the only thing Exodus has to do as child now is those 20 Deku sticks. I believe he found... Did he find Pot Room?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he did find Pot Room, so that's the big one. Finds Goma. Will he do it for the heart? He's thinking. He's thinking.
At that point, you're only 2 HP away. I think you kill it and Blaze on song.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, you don't have to step through that blue warp. You can pick up the heart piece or heart container, and then do Sun Song, so you can have the best of both worlds. And Goma is such a fast boss too, so there's really no reason not to.
It's one of the fastest one because the dead animation is really, really short.
Yeah.
Like there's some boss you just don't want to kill because they're just so slow. Like Twinova is like never a good option. Never a good option.
No.
It's just horrible.
Yeah, like Bongo and Goma are like the fastest. Then maybe King Dodongo.
Yeah.
Even King Dodongo still rolls around a lot, but you know.
It's not so bad. I'd rather do Dongo that do Phantom Ganon, I guess.
Yeah.
Phantom Ganon is just come with a lot of advantage, like going back in time, a song, stuff like that. So it's good to do, but if you're just there for HP, it's not really that great. So
Sloth continues to further his lead here, 9-6, as he's about to pick up the other Gerudo Fortress Skulltula.
Yeah, cleaning up the adult side. Like I said, the more time he's doing this, the more time he's gonna have to just go back in time. Saying if you're in the lead, you have so less pressure. Oh man, he's missing the jump and go to Fortress a lot now. It's funny. It kind of reminds me of what I did. Yeah.
I've never actually seen this jump before. It's sort of shades of the glitchless jump to the Fire Temple boss key door.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. I should learn that.
It's really, really not hard, honestly. There you go. That's another goal for him.
Excellent work there. 9-6. What a lead here. So I don't know if I think I brought this up at the very start, but Sloth has been showing this performance in pretty much every match so far in this tournament. He's had incredible numbers. His average points per game in this tournament is 23. That's insane. And a sort of mark of how he's been able to sort of dominate the winner's bracket thus far.
Yeah, it's definitely a scary opponent.
Yeah, and his list of the 4 people he's knocked down to losers bracket is also very impressive, including he knocked down Menu, who's one of the main tournament organizers and main beta quest advocates in the first place. Top 3000 he was able to knock down the bingo legend himself, so he's been playing out of his mind this tournament.
Yeah, he's crushing all the bingo right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this game isn't over, but he's doing well so far. So.
Exodus going up Ganondorf's tower.
Grabbing the BK, because there's 4 BK right now. But I'm curious if he's going to climb up a little bit.
Yeah, so, we saw Sloth do that to very little reward, so we'll see if Exodus decides to.
If you get the BK here, you should always climb it up, because you're almost up the top. Like, there's no... It's a good thing to do. Oh, and the green fog is real.
Yeah,
but if you're at the bottom and you don't have the goal, that's when it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh my lord, that fog!
That fog is crazy, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a fog glitch. Whenever you are in Hyrule Field as adult and you're about to enter the market area, there's a fog effect that plays in Hyrule Field. And the problem is that fog effect doesn't get cleared properly if you enter that loading zone as adult. So sometimes if you go to another area, the fog is completely messed up. And I think the only way to solve it is by dying or by triggering another similar effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the sand animation, if you step through one of the Colossus area loading zones, I think that clears it too, but don't quote me on that. Sloth picking up the Cuckoo. What does he need this Cuckoo for?
You can RP a wallet. That's the first thing that come in mind right here.
And then what does he need a wallet for? I don't believe there's any...
For the ladies. I don't know. I don't know.
Gonna...
I was like thinking, I was like, what's... Yeah, there's no reason why. I guess it's an inventory slot, which is good. Like, you can get the bomb. You can get
swapping and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never want to go up to Malin with an empty wallet.
Exactly. That milk costs a lot, man. It's not free. Okay, I like Exodus also going up, so it won't make a difference there, but it's interesting to see what your opponent, maybe your next opponent is going to do, stuff like that, so.
Yeah, I don't believe this loading zone really went anywhere good, so Sloth
I remember. Yeah, probably going to do it.
Yeah, it was Zor's domain from shop, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Sloth is going to do, I believe he's going to super slide over to Child Side?
Yeah, it doesn't have the mirror shield, so he doesn't have to do it right now. It's not that good. Yeah, since he doesn't have the mirror shield, it's like... Is he gonna... Yeah, okay.
No, he's gonna... Yeah, he's super
still gonna miss one key, that's the problem, why I don't quite like it, but...
Is it, do you need skulls and keys in Spirit? Yes, you do. Open the small key chests, gotcha.
Oh, wrong side.
Oh, wrong side, yep.
Oh,
Exodus doing one of my favorite clips.
Yeah, like that
I love my clip. Yeah, we still haven't found fishing yet. That free gold just waiting to be picked up.
Wait, I think we did. I think Exodus found that earlier. Guess he decided not to do it first. Oh yeah, because he's gonna RBA the golden scale. Oh, that's why Slot also got that. You can RBA the pocket cocoa to get a golden scale without screwing up your force.
Do you do it with fish?
I think it's with the empty bottle or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting strat. Yeah, Slot doesn't need to do this. I'm not sure why he's doing it. The reason why I'm saying that is like, optimally you want to grab the mirror shield first, because there's one key that's blocked by that. So if you want to do one trip spirit, you want to have the mirror shield anyway. So you can wait for the mirror shield at least, because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to have to do that clip 2 times, which is not optimal.
No. And we're really getting to the point in the bracket where you really need to think about doing stuff optimally like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Exodus, I hope you save before that, because you're gonna have a bad surprise.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! I'm going into slow motion trying to prevent a catastrophe. No.
Oh, it's gonna be an instant reset with a lot of pain.
I hope you like organ music. Sloth, back in
There,
Spirit Temple.
Good, he's safe. Alright, so still have at least an infinite way to get back there. Man, I hope you get it. You really want it? I hope you get it. So I'm thinking about it. What a weird way to do slide, also.
Yeah, the bombs are having trouble. There we go. Hopefully he holds the right direction.
That trick I don't like, man. It's a lot of pain, I feel like, to do.
Sloth really making sure he's holding the right direction here. And he gets it, okay.
The question is, does he get good to get it?
Yeah, okay, excellent stuff there by Sloth.
I guess maybe he doesn't know how to do the... one thing I could see happening is maybe he doesn't know how to do the weird shot from the other side of here. If you don't know how to do that, then this is faster, because otherwise you have to go back in time.
What do you weird shot to?
You know the room just after the crawl space here?
Yes.
It's like when there's two blocks. You
wanna, the nuts and the bombs?
Yeah, you want to do a weird shot to the torch.
Okay. There. Oh, there's a torch in that room. Okay.
No, from the other side. So, like, let's say you start from the top, and then you just, like, climb up the other side, and then you go there, and then you do a reach up, and you go grab the skull he's grabbing right here.
Good stuff.
So I'm thinking it's just going to reset after this now.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Also dodging the fire keys. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. That's right. Because you clip it the other side, then you use the Inspire to open this.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get the key, get the skull here.
I learn something every single time I commentate one of these beta
Get the skull!
I love it.
Not getting the skull. Did he? Yeah, I think he probably did before. Not sure. Hope he did.
So Sloth making some progress on the Skulltulas and the keys in Spirit Temple.
Yeah. Man, bottom of the world is very stingy for Exo, man.
No.
I just... Oh!
And Exodus finds the bottom of the wall.
Just talk about the wolf, right?
Commentator's blessing?
I guess. Just mention. If you mention something, it's gonna happen. Okay?
So that's big for Exo. That's going to be something that Sloth has to go back in time for. So that's a big time gain he has on Sloth, because he basically gets to skip doing the Phantom Ganon fight now.
Now the question is, did Sloth save more time by delaying this? Or will he use because he kind of used too much of this time? Like, that's going to be like the good question of balance.
Yeah, Exodus is definitely not out of this race yet.
So not now. I wouldn't say that. I'm not sure if you have everything else though. I think you find forest, you got fire.
Yeah, this will be his third map as well for Exodus.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get a double goal here. He'll still be one goal behind Sloth, but
let's see if he delay the map. He might delay it like Sloth did. Just delaying the map because you want to be optimal. You don't want to end up with 4 map like me. The worst. Oh, no bug. Okay, yeah, the grenade. That's fine. It's fine. And seeing this empty bug bottle is the worst. You find a boss and like, oh, I cannot play Sun Song because I think bug. Yeah, that happened to me so often.
So we're gonna see a trip to Fire Temple in our immediate future. I believe Sloth is 1 gold rupee away. So I think Sloth still has higher stock than Exodus here, even with this. Oh, I hate this coffin so much. There we go.
Yeah, the backflip into it.
Yeah, I'm just doing the math in my head right now, trying to see which player has the advantage right now. I still believe it's Sloth. He is in a really good position as adult, and he has been able to put more time into doing goals here, but...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I'll be honest, because the thing is, with Exo right now, is I think he have everything else. If he found... Maybe he's missing 1 Arielfield Grotto. But the thing is, like, once you have everything, once you find everything, the game really starts you start playing differently because you don't need to explore everything. Now you're routing everything for just like ending everything, right?
Yeah.
So once you did that, man, it goes really, really fast. So the question is, can Exo finish the board in like 1 hour and 30 minutes? Or can you at least beat Slot in that time, even if Slot have an advantage in his goal?
Yeah.
So that's really like a big question. What's gonna happen here? Yeah, some refresh. Alright, perfect. And it's yeah, refresh of compass, sure.
Oh, refresh comp page. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, that's perfect. Just seeing Slot warping away in the new CAC loading zone called Long Range. Alright, what's the next plan? Oh, Exo's gonna do a nice over there. Yep. He's gonna reset the room and do a nice over. That's the SVA trick. I use the sniping way. There's multiple way to do this trick.
Yeah, I forget. I definitely learned one of those ways. I forget. I think it was the SVA one.
SVA one is when you turn. There's like 2 different way.
Yeah.
My way is like more just like hoping you get the good frame to do the overs. Like
you get the good frame.
Yeah, it's like just like why do I remember the timing? Yeah. Like I don't know. Like
yeah, this is the one. This looks familiar.
Yeah. So. Oh my god, you kill it. That's the worst. That's the worst way. Never gonna do it again. Oh, trying to go for the HP, but it's despawning in his face. Oh my god.
No.
That's not good.
At what point do you just staircase hover and give up?
At one point you just do, yeah. Like, that's not even a question. You just do it right away with bombs. Like,
yeah, I was about to say.
There's no point of using bomb shoe, I feel like.
Is he worried about his bomb count?
Maybe just forget he have bombs. I think it's more what happened most of the time. But if you have bomb, you're there. Okay, okay, Slot have this. You probably have this noted on. So you just find it, but I feel like probably just
Slot going for mirror shield.
That's important because you couldn't really clear speed without this. All right, just yellow. Oh my god. Okay, just yellow everything. Exodus, I like it. It's getting messy. That's definitely not the SVA way to do stuff. So.
So there you go. Slot with all 3 shields.
Testing the loading zone also important. I think for him at least.
Yeah. Oh, more loading zone testing. Love to see it. So is Exo going to go for the yellow rupee chest here? He's lowering the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's multiple ways, but if you have ZL, man, just lower the water and just go there. There's a bunch of lip you can do, but this is like just way more safe. You're not losing any time. The problem with beta quest is like if you get stuck somewhere, so warping just make it way worse, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because then you're just starting from square one.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hours into this match, we have an hour and a half, and then we will decide a victor in this winner's final match of the 2021 Beta Quest Blackout tournament. I'm TG, helping me commentate this race is DavPat with me, and yeah, this has been a really interesting match so far, and we're still uncertain who's in the head right now.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell me. It's so hard because if this was like a normal Blackout without a time limit, I think I would say Exodus because he got all his stuff in like a one sweep. Like there's not gonna be like a second time as child, right? But since there's a time limit, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and he does have a 3-point deficit right now as well, so you can't forget that.
Yeah.
So all gonna come down. This next hour and a half will be very interesting.
All right. Well, the good thing for Slot is now you have the mirror shield. You'll be able to just finish Spirit, I think.
Yeah. So getting need the Spirit Spirit Shield needs the Mirror Shield in order to
Spirit
get the
Shield.
one key. Yeah, the Spirit Shield.
Today I learned that the Spirit Shield isn't the game.
Mm.
It's one of those things I keep doing, just keeping making my own word for stuff.
It's a shield that fills you with spirit.
There it is.
Yeah. So Exodus losing
Oh!
shield, but that's fine. That's fine. He's got an unopened Deku
Yeah, it's
shield
way
chest
more
in front of him.
punishing in Rendo where you don't have that shield back. You're like,
Yeah, exactly.
no. This one is not that bad. There's a shield just there. You're fine.
So I believe this is the last skull for Exodus, and he will have cleared bottom of the well.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to do the backflip like strat? Oh, that might have been on purpose, because now Exodus doesn't have to worry about his shield getting eaten, so maybe that was on purpose. Good
I like to
thinking
do that
by
also.
Exo.
Yeah, for sure. It's less annoying than killing it. Then you just can just save warp. You check also his number of skull tool I had here. 23, so he's only missing two skull. Which how many skulls Slot have?
So yeah, good idea delaying the map in bottom of the well. We still need to get the map. Both players are waiting to do Fire Temple to get their third map. Sloth on his way there now.
Mm-hmm.
So Sloth is going to... So Fire Temple is not a fast temple to do in anything rando beta quest. So it's really going to eat into his time.
Is Exo not going to do the Dickus stick?
He should be on his way to the... No, he's not. What are you doing, Exo?
Oh, he's going to RB a fairy, I feel like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's just going to RB it.
Or RB empty bottle, you mean?
Yeah, I never really thought about that. I guess it's something you can do. He definitely stop it to just realize to know where was Temple of Time. So he's gonna go to Temple of Time now.
Yeah, for those of you who do not know, the fairy bottle on C right ties to your Deku stick count. So even though Exodus doesn't have the stick upgrade, he will still just hard set his Deku stick count to 20. And he doesn't have to worry about that going down unless he accidentally pulls out his sticks and use it. So that is how he's doing it. So he might go a dull here.
Yeah, I think
there he goes.
Yeah.
Exodus still very much in the fight here.
Alright, so yeah, so what did Slot did at the same time? He did Slot doesn't have a fire turning, that's why he's kind of struggling there, but what did he do? He did a part of Spirit.
Yep.
He got the good old Valley Skull. Shadows, kind of. It's not that long. I don't think he did I don't think Slot took a huge advantage. That's what I'm trying to see right here. But
yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I think Slot's kind of trouble. He does depending on how Exo play right here, that could be very bad for him.
Okay, looks like Sloth is just got a weird shot to the key right now. He's not very confident. He was hoping for a random heart drop from one of the keys to allow him to go into the fire room, but
yeah,
looks like he's just calling it quits there, and he might have to do 2 trips in Fire Temple. That is eating into his time a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's gonna depend on how fast Exo can execute the just the rest, I guess. If Exo can just execute this goal and just go,
and he does have
be interesting.
He does have a history of executing when it matters. Exodus is a beta quest tournament veteran as well as Sloth, so
yeah. And then the problem is with execution is you also have to think about your exploration as adult. In a sense, it's not exactly the same thing. Their save warping as child is something that's very bad, right? Because it's the crawl space in the castle. So from there, you don't have the same loading zones to go to. So the earlier you go as adult, the better it is for you because you can remap a way back to your seed that you like. But yeah, so far it's been great, right? So just Shadow right away.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say. So Exodus routing to Shadow, and he's going to get the map and compass here, and yeah, hover boots as well.
Interesting.
So Exodus further catching up with Sloth's equipment.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Was Sloth using a fairy? Did he need
Yeah.
to do that? Oh, because he wants to take a death here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Oh, his stream just looped, okay.
Looping. Oh no, we're stuck in the loop. Just watching someone use a fairy every time.
Okay, weird. I'm gonna refresh just in case something weird happens.
Alright. I'll do the same, just in case.
So yeah, Exodus is catching up really fast now. It's 8-9 right now, and he still has to get. Once Exodus picks up Compass, it's going to be a tie game.
Yeah, but like those goals are easy, right? So like Slot didn't do them, but he could have done them. Like technically, the way Slot did that, the map it's more optimal the way.
Exactly.
So technically, like Exodus is losing time on this. So, well, losing time. It's a big thing, but technically he is. It's just it doesn't matter. I feel like those goals are not the reason why you're gonna win or lose the game. It's more a matter of like, can Slot just execute the other stuff while Exodus started catching up on like the other goal. But I feel like at this point, it already like Exodus is almost done with Shadow. Then the only thing you need to do to catch up is like a part of a bunch of dungeon, but that's not any goal like in general. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's very like that gamble of going idle and skipping bottom of the well is very interesting because it might pay off right away or it might just like punish you. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, I guess.
So Exodus making the rookie mistake of pulling instead of pushing.
Oh my god, yeah. Horrible. Horrible, yeah.
PB's pull, world records push.
That's such a good one. I never heard that one. I like it.
And there we go. Exodus on his way to tie this game up 9-9. 2 hours, 10 minutes have elapsed in this match. We have just, I believe that's an hour and 20 minutes remaining. This is going to be good.
And like the other party is like right now, it's like struggling a lot for this fire time management, right? Because you want a fairy for this and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he doesn't have. That's going to be a huge advantage for Exodus when he finally goes into Fire Temple because he's put stock into getting that 7 hearts goals and he's going to have a much healthier time. He probably won't even have to struggle at all with fairies going through Fire Temple.
Exactly. So if you're gonna go to fire without tunic, just go grab some HP before that. You know, like because that's a goal you want to do anyways.
So this is one thing we'll have to bring up. This might be Sloth doing Fire Temple with 3 hearts might be a match decider, or at least something to look out for here.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he can do it, it's not going to be that bad. But if he struggles a lot, which he already kind of struggled a little bit, that's
well, the thing is, any amount of struggling is time Exodus is going to have saved with having the comfort of 6 hearts. So
sure. Oh, Exodus is running the boat for the BK. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a really easy BK.
So
he has been fire.
Yeah, you have.
Not that you need it, but
yeah, that's like the one random stuff I wouldn't expect. Like, yeah, no, I cannot do that. That's the one trick I expect everyone just being able to do. Even like
you just run into the wall and get frozen. So
yeah, it's very very easy. The thing is, like, I was more counting like the number of BK have.
Yes.
You have the Ice Arrow, which is the water temple BK. He already got the Ganon Towers. That's 2. He knows he's gonna get Fire Temple because you're just in Fire Temple. That's 3. And then you're missing.
Do you get the Spirit Temple one because you're already going up to?
You're not
kind of out of the way.
Yeah, it's either that or Phantom or Forest Temple. think Forest Temple might be better here,
Yeah.
but not by much. It's really hard to know actually. It's very like looking at the card and stuff. I think it's a distant option. You're just there. Might as well just do it.
Sloth using a fairy to reset the burn timer.
Hopefully he doesn't die there. That'd be
Uh-huh.
pretty bad. Look, he's gonna be fine, I think.
Oh, Exodus is there. He goes. Okay.
Yeah, so
that
you
dead can stun you through the wall.
yeah, the only thing you might want to do there is like pull off your sword, so it activates the redead faster.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought you just like rubbed into the wall.
Well, I think both work. It's just if you start fighting him, I think you have more chance to just activate right away.
Oh, Sloth doing my favorite method of this clip. This clip is so free and easy, and I love this trick. Oh, but he doesn't do it. Come on, I just said it was free, Sloth.
I mean, you kind of cursed it.
He did do it pretty far to the right.
It's gonna do. Okay, he's doing the old way, I think.
Yeah. Dang, I love the jump across thing because it's just like bomb explodes, press Z, hold left, release Z. Be free.
Okay, so yeah, so that's gonna get 2 gold here. He's gonna get the rupee also, and the fire. What do you need?
Yeah.
Map and compass and fire. That's it.
Yeah, map and compass.
Okay, so he's gonna get actually 3 gold there.
Yeah, so very productive time there for Sloth. We were saying that, well, at least I was saying that, only doing this with 3 hearts was really eating into him what Exodus could do, but, like, this was still, like, a really productive
man, wait, that's injurious what you just did. Yeah, you only have, like, 7 seconds. Ooh, I don't like this, I don't like this, oh, no,
he'll be fine. Oh, maybe he's...
No.
Oh, no!
Oh, man. I see it, dude. That's horrible. At least he hit the switch, but that's not.
Oh my god. That is a huge time loss there for Sloth.
And there's the tunic. What a meme. Oh, he's gonna go do forest. I like it.
Okay, yeah, good stuff.
That's all I do, dude. Like you die somewhere, it's like, alright, fuck it, I'm doing something else. I'll come back later.
So yeah, he's perfectly set up for forest now. Still...
That's so weird, man. It's like you do a mistake and you probably even think about your routing and just you find forest, like forest, I guess.
So we have 2 goals to do in forest here. Technically 3 if you go for the boss key. We got 5 small keys and we have these gold toolers.
I think actually doing forest before fire here is like a bigger, what's more important. Like the fastest you do forest, the more point you get. Can you get the? Oh, he doesn't have bug though.
Yeah, so he won't be able to skip the.
Will he skip it though? I don't think he's just gonna do it normally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Except if you learn the I don't think you learned that though. Oh, it's Slap. Oh, what up, Slap? Rip Slot. Oh, no. Oh. First thing in chat you say is Rip Slot. That's pretty rough.
Sloth is still in it though. So I don't think we're burying him yet.
It's just it's gonna be so hard. I feel like the more it goes, like the situation he is against Exodus, like one of the worst thing. Because Exodus is known for his execution, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see what happened. He's definitely not gonna hookshot jump. I'd be impressed if he does that.
Yeah, this is another thing I haven't looked up since coming back. Cause
you should grab the fairy though, because if you want to go back to fire, he's gonna need a fairy.
Yeah, well, doesn't he have the tunic now? Or no, he didn't buy it. No. Oh yeah, because he doesn't have money. What am I saying? Never mind my ramblings.
You need the wallet for some stuff.
Yeah, and you generally don't want to stop Darunia's son either, because that's a long cutscene to get a tunic.
Wait, did he kill the... I didn't. I think he killed the skulls. I think he's just gonna do it his way.
Ooh,
Slower, but So
love
the
that out
way,
of bounds.
yeah, the way you want to do forest here is to at least like you want to lower the, you wanted to like do the glitch so the elevator is up, so you can go grab the key first. It's not that bad if you don't do it, because you still need to go grab all the keys in forest, right? So you still need to go kill the boss.
Mhm.
But it's still, I think, maybe like at least like 4 or 5 minutes like slower than just doing the elevator skip. Grabbing the map here. Is he gonna just grab the map? I think he's gonna grab the map. He won't resist the temptation. Also, if you're planning to just, no, I guess, yeah, he doesn't have iron boots. What I'm talking about. Is he gonna grab the map? That's a real question.
Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, no, he doesn't need the map.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
I
He's
think
committing to the late
the
map
fire.
sort.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has more than enough time to get the Fire Temple map, so we still have like an hour and a bit to go.
So interesting enough is did Exodus have the mirror shield?
Not yet.
I think so, right? So he's losing some time on that also. I feel like I don't get why they're just delaying until they get their mirror shield, but I'm not in their dinosaur, so I wouldn't know.
So I guess a question we got to ask at this point. We are almost nearing the end. We're more than like sort of like 2/3 in. Are we going to see a 25
Oh, that's a good question.
from either player here?
I feel,
are we on track?
Yes, we are on track for it too. Yes, we are.
Nice. So who's more
If
likely to get
if
there
I read
first?
correctly, and Exodus is actually not missing anything, maybe he's like missing like one of the Aerophil Skulltulas. If he is missing the Aerophil Skull, maybe not. But I feel like if he is not, he's just gonna execute to the end. And from what I've seen from like the longest goal, they're all pretty fast. The longest thing you have to do in here is the Spirit Skull and the Spirit Key, which he already pretty done. You don't see the 25 time normally is when you have a 10 song goal or a Water Temple goal.
Yeah.
Or a very bad seed, but getting Sunsong like at like 30 minutes in is like not a bad seed at all. It's really good actually.
Oh man. Playing rando and then going back to regular block pushing is painful.
Yeah, it's like one of those things I wish we had in Beta Quest. There's a couple of like small adjustments I would have done to Beta Quest. It's like one of those fast pushing.
Well, Beta Quest was released all the way back in, like, what was it, 2015? It predates the randomizer we know today, so...
I think like, that's one thing, but... and we're probably never going to do it, but I'm fine with it. But there's small stuff, like, I wish we had just more options. Like,
yeah,
can you play a seed just with starting with Sunsong? It's like, just a nice option, like, sometimes, like, maybe you just want to do a seed where you have Sunsong.
Easy mode, gotcha.
Yeah. Exactly. So have you played Measure Mask? Like, did you ever play Measure Mask? Like,
no.
There is a beta quest in Measure Mask, and it's updated. They added some cool options, so there's like more stuff, and it worked exactly as OT. The only thing is when you play the all song of Soaring,
yep,
which is like actually just like a teleportation, you see where you're going. So like that's like one nice bonus because like you're over the map, but it's actually the thing is if you ever play casually Measure Mask or you just know a little bit about the game, it's like doing Blue Potion but like 10 times harder. I like to call it the Blue Potion on high. Like every goal you're doing is a Blue Potion. Every goal you have to be there on a specific time, on a specific time of day, on the third. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. So as someone who really like Beta Quest, I'm still pretty good at finding stuff and like the Measure Mask thing. But man, don't ask me to do like a goal because it's just crazy, man. It's just like, oh yeah, you want a blast mask? You want to be there on the first night at 10 p.m. You got to be at the North Clocktown. It's like it's all of this, man. It's just and like it's not just like if you're in Clocktown, you just don't do like okay, I'm the middle of Clocktown and it's just you go to Northtown. No, you gotta find a good loading zone to get there. Man, I swear, it's so hard, but it's fun. It's just different.
Yeah, we were talking about Ocarina of Time Beta Quest having a high learning curve to it. I can't even imagine Majora's Mask.
Like, it's man, yeah, it's so hard. It's just so hard.
Sloth opening up bow chest.
Yeah, cool. He's got his bow. He's almost there with the. He almost got the key. I mean, at that point, you might get the BK here. Also, might as well.
Yeah. So what does having bow do for him? Is there another bonus outside of shooting up Beth here?
In DC, not really, honestly.
Yeah.
It gives you fire arrows for maybe no, because he have these fires. It doesn't matter.
So
the only thing I could see is getting the BK here, showing his Legolas skills. About it, man.
Alright, Beth is down and Sloth will be getting the 4th key.
Whoa.
Oh, compass, my bad. Jolene has the key. I'm sorry, I'm misremembering everything. Not grabbing the compass, though.
Yeah, maybe he does have enough compass already. He did ice. He did
DC, Deku,
DC, Shadow. Spirit. 5. Yeah, so he's only missing fire. That's why he's not grabbing it.
Yep. Okay, good stuff. Alright, score update. Exodus and Sloth are tied 10 apiece as Sloth gets all 5 small keys in Forest Temple.
Yeah, but it's way more like messier. That's that.
Yep.
I really don't know anymore.
Yeah, this is like we're trying to give you the best possible coverage here, but it's just really hard to put into perspective here. Who exactly has the lead? Both runners are in sort of very asymmetric positions.
If I played very good, I think I could finish the board here pretty easily.
Yeah, with only 1 hour.
If I had all the information, yeah, I think I could finish this board. This board is not that bad on both sides. The problem is for Slot is you have to go back in time. So that part is, I think, if it's what is going to cost him the game, it's going to be that part.
Yeah, his Fire Temple mishaps as well, really eating into his time budget.
Even that is like, yeah, but the thing is, I'm less concerned about that. That like the back in time, because back in time is like, and his HP count also is really slow.
Yeah, because not only do you have to defeat Phantom Ganon, you also have to skip like 3 cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly. No, I honestly think Exo right now have a little hedge, because if he have everything, he's just gonna execute, and he can choose the order. Also, he doesn't have to worry about like the small stuff, like is held for Fire Temple, is Bomb Drop and stuff like that. It's just general is just better. But then Slot have a forest done. He's almost done in Spirit. Exo also did Spirit, but he didn't complete Spirit like completely, so it's not that good of a play. Very interesting. It's like Slot is playing for the timer right now. I feel like he's like he lost his. How can I say that?
Yeah, so like he's sort of not exactly cutting his losses, but just trying to clock in as much stuff as he can.
Yeah, exactly. So like as long as you do goal, and you keep like in the race with Exo, and the time just stop at the good moment for him, you might have a chance. That's the thing. That's what it is really hard to note. So like let's say like Exo is trying to find back a way to one thing he just forget. Let's say fire or forest. then it could go like on Slotheroni really fast.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's gonna grab this goal. Well, Exo's gonna grab the key.
Yeah, and Sloth didn't have
and
bugs.
the golden rupee also. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, actually,
Wait,
just gonna get 2 goals done here.
Maybe not. This golden rupee can be tricky if you don't know the clip. Maybe you learn it, but I doubt it. Honestly. That trick is like a DDR trick. It's like a randomizer DDR setting trick. So it's like it's very specific to one category of like randomizer, but otherwise you don't really do it. So I wouldn't be surprised if you skip that. Yeah, he's gonna skip it. Like it's pretty hard to do.
So what gold rupee is he gonna pick up then?
Goron City, the Redead.
Oh, he hasn't gotten Goron City yet? Okay, yeah, then then that.
I don't think he had the Redead though. Let's just forget about that. Interesting.
The runners know, and that's what's important.
Yeah, that's interesting because that might be a goal he's missing then. This and I'm not sure you find both way to Ariel Philares goal. I know you get the web one, but I'm not sure if you get the other one. Oh, don't burn. Please don't burn. Okay, he's fine.
We're fine.
Ooh!
This will be fine. First try every time. Got him.
Yeah, just say more. Yeah, get out. You get 4 though. roll. Okay, slash.
He's a legend.
Alright, so first slide to the other side. Don't fall that. Okay, just do this. Play it safe. Oh my god. Playing safe? What is he doing?
Dav Pat, the backseat commentator.
Oh my god, I'm so scared for him, dude. I stopped last time. Okay, he's gonna go for that goal. Okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't have Song of Time.
He's gonna drink the Po. Alright.
Nice, he got 2 hearts out of that. Or 3, I mean.
Alright. That's so scary, man. Oh no, where is he going now?
Oh, is he gonna weird shot?
Oh, weird shot. Okay, yeah. Well, because if he fell the others like way, he would have fallen down to lava and just die. So
while we're focusing on Exodus's adventures and not dying, Sloth marks off all 5 Skulltulas in Forest Temple, bringing the score to 11-10 in Sloth's favor.
Nice.
Good stuff. Oh, Exodus picking up ice arrows for Boskies.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I guess you have to do this. Well, you still have to do another boot shot, but it's about the same time.
I really got to learn how to do unbuffered weird shots.
You don't have to. The thing is, learn to do it like buffer first, and once you do it a lot, it's easier to learn after that on buffer. So like one day I just decided to try it to do on buffer, and then since I was so good to just do it buffer with buffer, and my end just knew how to replicate what I was doing with the buffering, but on buffer. So it's easier to do a trick if you just start learning it like the normal way. Make sure to understand what you're doing with your hand, and then it's easier after that to learn it. Yeah, it's a very weird route he did. I think I'm very confused.
Yeah, I don't know. Victory lap, maybe?
Okay, now he's going for the silver rupee chest. So he did know the click. Maybe he was checking a video trying to like remember. But let's see if you get it. It's really not that free. But maybe there's a new setup. I didn't know.
Well, I've never seen this before, so this will be new to me.
Yeah, the hard part is actually getting the camera change. Cause
you have the camera change.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I feel like. So that part is just a normal mega flip, then you equip the other boots, but after that is
ground clip. Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, it's after that it's a little bit more complicated because you gotta turn.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta turn.
Yeah,
if Exo fell a trick.
Oh, okay. Are you trying to get a ledge grab off of the silver?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like Sloth. Meanwhile, while Exodus is doing that, Sloth is in the King Dodongle room. He's going to go kill the infernal dinosaur for a heart container.
I just don't get why you do this. I know it's optimal though. it's optimal for the key count and stuff. It's just I don't think it's necessarily like you need to do it.
Yeah, that's
That's
actually
like
a good point. That
that's
explains why he did 2 loops, because he's gonna have to save warp
yeah.
to get out of there, isn't he? Yeah.
But then like just over to the fire like golden skull like that's it's a bunch of stuff like that. Like I know it's not. I'm not gonna say rude, but like a bingo player like Tob and Exo. Okay, got it, nice. So like they do really hard trick, and the harder you do trick, the more chance you have to fail. But that's how you go faster and you get better. But for beta quest, sometimes it's kind of weird because like it might feel to you like the best thing you could do right now is that, but it's actually not. It's just grabbing something simpler like later on another loading zone.
So there's 5 GTG keys, and this will also be a rupee chest.
Yeah, it's
Good
definitely good
stuff.
though. Yeah, it's definitely good. Good stuff for him. And starting on getting the HP. You can get a bunch really quick, but it's still slow to get compared to the rest.
Yeah.
It's 11-11 also.
Oh. Okay, no, we're fine. I heard the Discord disconnect noise, so
Yeah.
I was worried there for a moment.
You lose me.
Where's the former restreamer? We just handed off restreaming control.
Gotcha. Okay. Hello.
Cool.
Yeah, shout out to the volunteers who make these streams happen behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to manage.
Literally could not do them without this. Or literally could not do this without them, I mean. We got there. Alright, so what's next on the agenda for our 2 runners right now? Sloth is playing Sunsung and Cuckoo game.
Maybe trying to make is going for HP while Exodus is rotting something right now.
Gotcha, so Sloth is doing more for now.
Yeah, it's just gonna kill a bunch doing a boss rush. Which is totally fine. Exodus rotting something. I feel like when you see a player stop for a while, they're not going to the bathroom, they're just trying to write in like some stuff.
Yeah, they're either routing or looking up their YouTube playlist of tricks to refresh their memory on something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I started a YouTube. It's unlisted, but I started my own playlist of just like strat videos, like 20-second strat videos people upload, and I'm sort of slowly making an encyclopedia of just BQ stuff.
I think it's the way to do it, because like right now with the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that, it's so hard to find a specific strat. And it's like, even if you know it exists, you just have to either have like a favorite play stream or like your own video, or just know on which channel to go. Because just typing on YouTube OT silver block room with others, you'll be surprised at the number of stuff you'll find that's just like unrelated.
And somebody's like numbered Let's Play series of Ocarina of Time 3D.
Yeah, it's really that, and it's kind of really hard. It's something like new player complain a lot about, but I think like what is more important is like you just know that if you do a SVA strat or like a top strat, like you just know what to expect from the player that making the strat. Like I know if I'm opening like a bling strat, those are really awesome strat, but sometimes they're missing some refinement. Like they don't have like the frame number and stuff like that. So
yeah, gotcha.
It's stuff like that.
Exodus on his way to the rupee chest in... Oh, misses the S jump.
Yeah, so that's going to be his third one with Bottom of the Well, I think. Yeah, with Bottom of the Well is third one. So he's going to be done with this goal. Meanwhile, Slot's still grabbing those HP, so he can go back to fire without worrying about his health. I think honestly it might be the reason why he's doing this right now.
Well, with Exodus opening up this yellow rupee chest, he will mark off the open 3 gold rupee chests goal and be leading 12-11 here, neck and neck this whole race.
No, for sure, and I'm expecting that at this level.
Yeah, exactly. This is the winners' final, so both of these players are 4-0.
I don't know when you start feeling the pressure for Slot. I just don't know.
Now, Sloth always struck me as someone chill and can operate under pressure. So
Yeah, for sure. I think he played better under pressure. He's one of those guys. I know a couple of people that are like that. They just start playing good when in pressure. I just start doing stupid thing when I'm under pressure, and I try to do those crazy over that you never seen before. It's like, yeah, I'm winning, and like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm winning. Oh no, nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
You know, like I'll go for the show before going for the win. It's more important.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Will you do an auction jump to get the HP? I'll do it.
Exodus is going out of his way here to pick up the Goron tunic from Darunia's son.
Yeah, why not? I
Right.
personally don't mind it. I know a lot of people don't like to take the tunic.
Well, he has
real
6
way-
hearts. Usually when you have around 6 or so, you should be able to do Fire Temple with
Yeah.
very minimal problems. So
I mean,
he could have gone and skipped this.
Just it's so safe though. Like I
That
don't
is
know.
true.
The only thing I'll say is that the ultimate way to get the Grand Tunic is to buy it. Like
Yeah.
that's like something really. Like there's not a lot of people doing beta quests, but if you start doing that, like you can grab a little hedge.
What, are you telling me that RBAing Goron Mask isn't optimal?
No,
Damn.
sadly. Yeah, sadly no. I wish it was though. Okay, so grabbing it,
Sick.
going to forest now. Start on this. Probably gonna do it like the normal way, so with the elevator cancel. The cutscene cancel. So
The normal way with glitches.
Yeah. Well, yes.
I know what you mean, and I just thought it was funny.
Like the way we expect those people to do.
Those people!
Those crazy monsters to do. I have no respect for speedrunner. I just call them monster and stuff like that.
Yeah, so fun thing about this, so the goal here is that you want to drop something from your bottle as you're entering the main atrium here in order to escape the cutscene. And I don't know how to buffer this trick, I just make it up and it just works.
Yeah, I
It's
do
like
the same.
2 steps. It's like
there's
2
way
steps
to
when you drop
buffer it.
bugs.
Yeah, there's a way to buffer this. I'm like, no, dude,
Yeah.
this is all about timing, and I want to get the feeling, the timing, just know when it's good.
Yeah,
Look
so
at this.
Exodus is looking
buffering.
for... Yeah, he's looking for a specific frame to drop bugs on. I think that's it. No, he needs one
Hopefully-
more.
One more. Yeah, he was a little early there.
That might be it.
Will start.
Yes.
Go for it. So if you're going in this room, and the fastest way to get the PK, you go get the PK and then you just jump. I like to do that. Oh, I guess he doesn't have to lower the platform. I don't know. It's interesting here. He's gonna have a good time because he already did the chow side, so it's gonna be pretty fast. I feel like.
Oh, Exodus is even buffering the bug pickup. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling, man.
Oh,
But
that looked good. That looked good.
This
Yep.
trick, man, the problem is if you fail it, it just feels so bad and big.
Yeah.
Like
And it's there's so much risk reward because as you see here, the Exodus is able to ride down the elevator here, so
yeah.
immediately
So-
getting that first goal.
If you don't have a fast way to forest, you kind of just like want to play it safe and just do it first try because of that you're just gonna have to come back there a couple of times. It's very, very bad. So
Yeah. We saw
I'm
Sloth have
like 100% sure that Exodus don't buffer this in the bingo, and he just decided to buffer it for
for safety.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to gain a lot of time on Sloth for doing that. Sloth needed to kill all the Poes in order to raise the elevator to get that last Skulltula, so Exodus saving even more time on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's these time saves that really add up over the course of the
The
bingo.
thing is, it's still coming down to can Exil do everything else except like, it's gonna come down to this. I feel like that's the reality. It's always gonna come down to the last version because I'm very confident the Boulder player can just clean up all the dungeon stuff and do like the overworld stuff. It's just like can they do it before bottom the well? It's so hard to know. And the other thing is that we didn't talk about is that if Exo can finish before Slot, well, he's gonna win because he's gonna be in first, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Sense. Okay.
There you go. Using Din's fire to light all the torches, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yep. And push the block. Let's push around in the world. Man, I wish we could just use the mirror shield here. Weird strat, like reflect the loop.
Yeah, where's my quick put away mirror shield shine?
Yeah, no. Sadly. Well, we can do some cool stuff in Spit Trial, though.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time players are so unsatisfied. It's just like we get these cool tools, and it's just like, oh, but why can't we do this with it? We have SRM now and like arbitrary code execution, and we still want to find more things.
Yeah, I don't know when the game's gonna stop being really like they're gonna be stealth. Like, no, we're not gonna find anything else. It's so weird, man. Just finding all those stuff.
Yeah, the last time we asked every time that question gets asked, something happens. We say, oh, I think everything's been found in OoT, and then a quip swap is found. Oh, that's probably the last big thing, and then
yeah, exactly.
I guess SRM is found. So even though like SRM is sort of, or more particularly arbitrary code execution is sort of like the final frontier for any game, I still think there's so many things yet to be found.
Yeah, the problem with SRM is like I'm unsure that it's never gonna get popular to the point that everyone will want to do it. There's a lot of people in Bingo just don't like it because it just ruins the game, and that's kind of the problem.
Quote unquote ruin the game.
Yeah, but it's like I don't care. Like, it'd be interesting to do some run of that. It's just like one of my favorite SRM thing is like the all dungeon run that they have, because it's all dungeon as Chal. I'm like, I'm ready for this. Like, this is. I mean, I've been doing Chal dungeons since forever with Beta Quest. But the problem is, like, will we find a format that's interesting for everyone? That's always the thing.
Well, like, we will always have this conversation whenever a giant glitch gets discovered, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure people saw wrong warping as ruining OOT as well when that got discovered at the beginning of the decade. So, it happens.
No, for sure. I mean, it did ruin the game, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I like one warping. It's one of those things I don't bother to learn because it's very not Beta Quest like.
Not very Beta Quest.
No, but
like,
what
not
I mean
in
is
this
like
household. Well, we have wrong warps.
I mean, the problem is like I'm someone who's really like all the trick for Beta Quest mostly. Then I do maybe some rando without glitch and stuff like that, and I try to touch a lot of game, but. For the thing with wrong warp is like very like bingo wise, like there's only some use for them. But yeah, so it's like one of those stuff I just never learned. I know how to do some like an door because it's just so good, but yeah. Maybe I'll just skip learning the warm warp and just learn SRM warm warp. More interesting. Alright, will Exodus do the hookshot jump?
I really want to see somebody do that.
Ah, man. They didn't take the classes. And with 5 bomb, it's pretty hard, though.
Didn't take the classes!
Didn't take
I must have missed that Zoom lecture.
Yep. But with 5 bomb, it's pretty hard to do, so it's like, you have to be putting bomb perfect.
Bomb perfect.
Yep. Oh no, getting caught by the guards.
No. Getting sent to speed jail. Where is speed jail? It's the bridge.
A bridge.
That's another thing. I don't think we talked about getting caught by guards at all and how that interacts with Beta Quest.
Yeah, the guards are like it's interesting. Like I know, like a runner guy like to test the he doesn't have magic. That's a very feel bad moment. I know like someone with like a runner guy like to get caught by guard. Like without the hook shot, because it's something you can only do as long as you don't have the hook shot, right?
Yeah.
So and that's going to send you something like random, which can be good or can be bad depending on like what it is. But that thing is like not needed. It's like not in the pool of entrance.
Yeah, let's actually talk about that a little bit because while Exodus and Sloth are sort of on their routes right now. So there are a number of instances in this game, say you pick up silver gauntlets and the cutscene ends and it warps you somewhere. Those loading zones are pretty much completely random. As you said, they're not in the pool.
Yeah.
How much should you value those?
It's depend on the way you want to play, but so I like to call them, those are unique warp. I like to call them because you can only get them once, right? So talking to Impa after playing playing Zeal for the first time, that's like one. That silver gauntlet one is a good one. Getting light arrow is also one. So those things you can only get once. So because of that, developer had in mind that they cannot be in the main shuffled entry pool. I value them very lowly on my side because if you do the math, okay, so if you're a master of exploration, called Link the Explorer, and you just do everything perfectly, once you're at like 2 hour mark and you tested, I don't know, like 200 loading zone on 205 loading zone total, right? So you're missing 5 loading zone to explore. Starting to explore those generic grottos, those unique warp, is gonna be maybe bad, and the reason why is like you only have 5 things left to do in the game. Why are you gambling on the 205 loading zone, trying to gamble like what you're missing? Because like it's 205, the person and change. It's even more because they had more loading zone to it. Like, why are you trying to reach that when there are only 5 things to do, and you get those because you know it's in the pool what you're missing.
Yeah,
And that's the reason why I don't like to go do generic grotto when I'm trying to find some last stuff.
Yeah, because the odds are just so stacked against you that it's actually useful.
Yeah, exactly. If you're planning to do those things, like you're planning to do generic grotto on the back of CAC, it's better to do it early on. Because if early on you do it, and it's lead you to the the Twin Nova entrance, right?
Yeah.
That entrance is very powerful because you're in the middle dungeon, right? So you want to do as early as you can before you do Spirit, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why you want to do those early on if you can. Because if it leads you somewhere very good, it might be good. It's just you need to know that early on. So it's a matter of like deciding how you want to do it.
All right, score update here. Exodus has finished off Forest Temple here. He's picked up the boss key. He's picked up all 5 Skulltulas and all 5 small key chests. He is leading Sloth 15-13 with only 40 minutes to go left in this race. So Sloth currently trying to finish off Fire Temple. And where's Exodus heading off to now? I believe he only needs 1 more boss key.
Yeah, you have it. I think it's his Ice Arrows, right?
Yeah. And I believe once Sloth picks up the Fire Temple Compass, he will get 2 goals out of that. So I was going to say he'd slingshot ahead and tie it, but it looks like Exodus is on his way to the lab. He just marked off 4 boss keys on the card here. So, yes, he's RBing Ice Arrows. Yes. So, for those of you who don't know, Ice Arrows on C right points to your dungeon items for Water Temple. So, I don't know if it's drop bugs or pickup bugs with B, but that gives you boss key map, but not compass.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I remember things. Let's go. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna give Exodus the point there. Good stuff.
You delete the compass, so you gotta be careful. So you cannot be like smart, be like, okay, so I'll RB. You go grab like the map in No, you go grab the compass and water and be, oh yeah, I'm gonna be smart and I'll skip the map for now and RB it later on. If you do that, you're just gonna delete the compass and water.
Yeah. And it's not like deleting the compass will make the game reset it to be like, oh, that means you just go back to where you didn't open up the compass. No, that chest is still opened and it's bricked forever. So Sloth finally up in Fire Temple here, getting Skulltulas. Oh, at some point, I didn't see Exodus mark off 25 different skulls. So Exodus has a firm lead right now, 17-14 right now.
Oh man, what is
really
happening?
Going ahead?
What is happening?
Why
what
does he
is
have a
Exo doing? So okay, so here's the thing. I remember that going to from Lake to Zora's domain is something good. I think it's fire. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I think it's something good.
So he's doing the mega flip in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had a setup. I think it's called Super Slide Teleport. When you grab a herb and I think he had set up something like that. The problem is he forget he had current playset, so that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So he did the backup. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you just do the normal back. Okay, that was this goal. I remember.
Bro Grotto. Yeah. I've always called this Bro Grotto because it's just, a Skulltula and a gold Skulltula hanging out being bros. Yeah, that was an old strat.
Then yes, Exodus does have everything else. Then it's just a matter of can he do everything else? Because right now you feel like he is in the lead, but Slot's gonna get a bunch of gold right here, so
yeah,
he's gonna catch up right away.
Yeah, this is such a close race. So interesting that Sloth doubled back from map before picking up compass.
Yeah.
Yeah, because normally you pick up compass and then you go back for map. I guess he had the key to... Oh, no! That ended up hurting him, too. Oh, no.
Just reset. Don't die. No, not again. A flashback. Oh,
flashback, that's fine. No, he'll be fine. He had like 4 seconds left on the clock. That's fine. So yeah, what happened there is, I was talking about you could have saved a key there by just going ahead anyways to the compass room and then doubling back for map and then having to save a key there, but that's unfortunate. Sloth's gonna... Oh, no! Oh, dear. Sloth's gonna have to go all the way back down to the shortcut. That's a huge time loss. Sloth, this is not what you want to be doing when there's only 35 minutes left in the race and you're down to Exodus. That's fine. I'll get this key.
Yeah, I think it's just really. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know where Spire is. Maybe he lost Fire. And just losing a huge dungeon like that.
Yeah. Exodus is so close to 25ing right now. He just needs to get to Fire Temple and one more heart container. So he's so close.
So yeah, you need to go back to Spirit Temple also. But you can just punch over worst case, just Spirit over to there. Spirit. But the thing is, yeah, Fire Temple goal is fine. I think he can get 24 pretty easily, so it's gonna be hard for Slot for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if maybe Slot did plan to go back in time though, so I don't know. Because it's getting to the point where...
Oh, no, yeah.
Well, it's getting to the point where Slot don't only have to do this. Right? 25, golden scale. That's on RBA, back in time. Yeah. So it's getting to the point where Slot only have to kill Phantom Ganon, get his HP, go back in time and do the rest. So I'm not sure. We'll know what can happen there. But
Alright, Sloth on his way to pick up Compass. This is going to be a double kill here for goals. Sloth is still 3 points behind, losing to Exodus 20-17 here in the winners final of the 2021 Beta Quest Blackout Bingo Tournament. And we have just a little over half an hour to go. Really going down to the wire. And Sloth just save warping out.
Yeah, if I were him, I will go back in time because you need to do the back in time if you want to win.
Yep.
Did he find the pot room? I don't think he find that.
No, I think both runners have pot room. I'm fairly certain.
Okay, if he have it, then it might be fine. It's gonna be tight on both sides. Exo, I think have the time to finish everything. But I'm confused about what he's doing right now. I hope he have fire. I think that's what he's going for right now. Yeah, he just RB the golden scale also. Oh man. I think that being annoying.
Is this the final heart piece that Exo needs?
So the blackout mean that you have to complete every goal in the card. It used to be called blackout because we started with all the gold lighted on, and then you remove it and it became black. But for the sake of knowing what the other guy did or not, we're coloring and not blacking out the card. It's very interesting. Exo have some plan in mind, but it got him. It was pretty hard for him to get to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what Sloth has to do here in the last half hour. He has to go back in time.
So yeah, is Phantom? I didn't see him kill Phantom Ganon, so that's
Nope.
like 1 HP and back in time set it up. And you probably want to do the RBA that he's missing, like Golden Scale. The skull stuff is like you're not you can get skull right away, right? So it's not a big deal. He's definitely going somewhere though, so.
He's definitely going somewhere.
Oh, what I mean is like he's not trying to find something. He's just like rushing somewhere.
Yep.
So that's feel to me like just killing Phantom Ganon and going back in time. Okay, here's Exo finding fire. Oh, he took the key, so that's good for him. Oh, remember when you get caught, right? I think he was trying to go for something here. That's not gonna work, is it? Okay, he's equipped. Okay, so that's a web grotto. He didn't have magic last time, so now he can do it. From what I remember, yeah. So rushing that well, okay.
Using Firebird and Web. Can you do quick put away as adult?
No.
Okay.
Because you can equip a broken stick. Oh my god.
Right.
Wrong grotto. Feels bad, man. You're gonna have to come back here.
Man, you hate to see it.
Yeah, I think it's getting to the point that it's pretty much over. Man.
Sloth putting LOL on his stream overlay.
Nice.
Oh no.
Well, he's gonna go back there, but he's not gonna have the magic for it.
Yeah.
Great. See?
Unfortunate. And Exodus currently making his way through Fire Temple.
Yeah, that's for one goal, though. That's for one goal. So it's not like if it's initially over, but I feel like Slot is starting to play a little like randomly. So I'm not sure if you have Phantom Ganon. I feel like you might not have it. Okay.
I'm fairly certain both players have seen Phantom Ganon. For sure.
Yeah. But does he have it, right? That's always the question. Like sometimes you see something and you just don't know that. Yeah, you have enough magic now. Up the bog.
No, Exo doing the uncool strat.
No, man, that's the strat I use. Come on.
Man, no, they jump across and then you just whoop and go through, man. You love to see it.
I'm too much of a boomer, I guess.
Too much of a boomer. I don't know. I was playing Beta Quest when it like was still kind of like hot in, what is it, 2016 or so? So maybe I'm also a boomer.
I'm not making a friend in the chat. Look like it.
I'm weird. I'm a collage of all sorts of different schools of thought when it comes to OOT.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm not like as huge into the OOT community as some others, so I basically just go down in the mirth, and then eventually somebody says the letters B and Q in a row, and I sort of like, someone say Beta Quest.
Yeah.
Is that me?
I like it, man.
Does someone need to do commentary for Beta Quest?
I'm very strong in the more it get crazier, the more strong I am. So like, I remember we did like all no limit glitch. So like full glitch in the OT scene, like a OT randomizer scene. I think I placed like 6 on like maybe like 30 like people, which is like really good. So like there was like what the hell, GFG, and then like there was a bunch of other people, and I was like me 6, which like I never play OT randomizer. But the thing is I'm very good at just like, okay, well I don't have the slingshot, and I need to enter Twin Nova's room. Well, here's my 30 bomb shoe setup, like to get there. Like I know, I just don't care doing those things. So like I'm good at this, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, the problem with me is I made the problem with speedrunning one Kirby game, and that community is a cult, and then next thing you know, you're speedrunning like 5 different Kirby games, and then you have no time for anything else. So that's what's happened to me.
All right. Kirby's pretty fun. I used to play that a lot. So the boss rush on those one of those game are amazing. There was one game like the boss rush was just so fun to do, and I keep doing it.
Well, you manip for ball and niddle, and Katam is all about just mashing B. So those are the only 2 I know. There you go. Sloth marking off golden scale and 4 boss keys, doing the RBA with Coco, I believe. So yeah. Good on him. He's going to be 1 point behind. We have less than half an hour to go in this blackout match between Sloth and Exodus. Winners final. This isn't the end of the tournament for either of these 2. They will get knocked down to the losers final, where
I mean, you don't want to play against me or Mike, so
yeah. Oh man, you're facing Mike Cats in the. You might as well just be a friendly scrimmage going on in the what is it, losers round 10. This has been a big tournament. This
yeah, the only person who put me in the loser bracket is Mike. So
yeah, the rematch. This has been an absolutely huge tournament. This Beta Quest tournament has let's look at the participants here. 29 participants in this event, and it's been going ever since late January. We are pretty much in like month 3.5 of this tournament.
I think I like, there's some stuff I didn't like at the start. Like, I wish we were doing like brackets, because bracket you play more people, and you play more people. Yeah, pools. Yeah. So you play more people, and you play more people on your level, so you feel more good. I feel like it's a more fair play, like way to learn the game. But I seen some very like people I didn't expect to play in this tournament doing very well. Like Mr. Mario is one of those names.
Yeah, Mr. Mario has been doing really well.
Like, there's a bunch of people like you just know, like they were interested in Beta Quest, but like never really try it. And once I think you get like into it, like you do one step into it, I think it's way more easier to just like, oh, maybe I'll do a Beta Quest seed today, like, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would have definitely have joined in this tournament myself if it wasn't already for an incredibly busy final college semester. So I could only really
yeah, I feel but I still joined.
Yeah,
I feel but I still joined, man.
I can't. I gotta graduate and move out, dude. I have too many priorities right now. As much as I love Beta Quest.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Oh my goodness. All 29 participants doing the same card at once, sort of OCS style, would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'd be wondering about that. I think if there's one thing we could be fun to have is like a league, like OT randomizer, where like you just play and then the ranking is like depending on like how fast you can black out the card. But yeah.
So Sloth is back in GTG. Does he still?
No, he's only missing like it's gonna be pretty fast for him because he did the bunch clip, so it shouldn't be that bad, honestly.
Yeah, because he did the bomb 2 clip for a key and the ice arrows for the boss key RBA. So he's just got to do some cleanup here, and that's it.
At that point, I think you need to go back in time, though. So it would have been better to go back in time and do that as a child. Oh man! Wait, the laser kill him? Didn't kill that? Oh, that's rough. That's gonna be the second lull.
Yeah. Sloth does not need to do that. Time is running out, and Exodus is sweeping up right now.
Yeah, he's only missing Spirit and Gordo Gordo Fortress. Go for the Trust Goal, it's gonna be pretty fast. And Spirit, I think he needs the Mirror Shield, so he's gonna do a bunch of Spirit over, and then just go back to Spirit. So I think it's pretty he is gonna be able to finish in time.
Yeah.
For Slot, I think the best play would be go back in time and do that try like that GTG as child. But the more I'm looking at him, and I really feel like he doesn't have Phantom Ganon.
Yeah.
Maybe he saw it, but like he didn't note it because it was not on the play.
So Exodus is going to do the same thing we saw Sloth do. He went back to the loading zone where Silver Gauntlets are.
Even better,
he's doing the super slide hover over to Mirror Shield. So easy money here for EXO.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact is, like, the Girdle Valley Skull is like something that only take like maybe like 1 minute, and he's only missing like one key in Spirit, so it should be really fast.
Yeah.
Actually, a really good time, man. Like 3:15, it's very strong. If you can get something around that.
As far as I'm concerned, if you can get 25 at all in 3 hours 30, that's good.
Yeah. Man, Exodus is such a scary opponent. Kind of like Tom, man. They just like they need to be limited really quick, otherwise they get like so used to Prediquest that it gets scary, man. It's like, oh no, like because I feel like you get a chance against them if they're like not used to exploration and stuff. But when they get used to that, it's very, very like it can be hard.
Yeah,
it can be very hard.
Yeah, I was doing a whole bunch of beta quest practice in preparation for having to commentate yours and Runner Guy's match on ZSR like a month and a half ago, and I think the best I could do was like 19. So watching people being able to black out a card in the time limit is really cool. And there we go, Exodus getting the final Gerudo Fortress area Skulltula.
Oh man, Splaff, that's rough. Yeah, that's why I prefer pool. Because this is we couldn't get it because it's not Menu didn't try. It's just we didn't have the people. So, and then the bracket was just easier to organize.
Yeah, so Exodus is one Spirit Temple visit away from blacking out the card against Sloth.
And yeah, I think at that point Sloth knows that he's pretty much
a
rip.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
It just happens sometime when you go out a little too early. But the thing is, at the end, and that's like the random part of it. It's like, and it's always come that to beta quests. Like, oh, I didn't find that, or like I didn't do this. It's just at the end when you're missing like only one loading zone, like you just don't find them. It's what happened.
It's just a knife being twisted into your gut. It's not a great feeling.
But it's part of the game. Like I don't like about like, oh, I was missing Sun Song for 2 hours, that's why I lost. I don't like that what if like stuff. It's just if you didn't find Sun Song in 2 hours, it's just maybe you didn't explore enough, or maybe you start rushing the goal. Like the multiple other reason why. Especially like when there's beginner is gonna do a lot of mistake. Like they're just not gonna die everywhere at a good place. They're not gonna try like the warp zone, dying from the market. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. That's the reason why you don't have Sun Zone.
Yeah.
Grab that key, do a super slide to the other side. There you go. I hope to join you the next tourney, TG.
Yeah.
Not sure when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen, I'm sure, at some point.
Well, every tourney it's switched up what format it is. We've had a lockout. We started with draft, and then we had a lockout, and then we have a blackout. So I'm wondering what menu is gonna cook up next.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I hope it's gonna. I'm sure it's gonna be a ton of fun.
Yeah, my personal
whatever
favorite is
the
lockout, just because of how crazy they can get.
Yeah, I really like this format because that's the thing I grinded the more.
Yeah.
But I just like that in lockout, I can just destroy some people, and they'd be like, I send them to the shadow realm. Like just lock out them and like fucking like 2 hour and like what just happened to me. I just like the factor.
Yeah, I also really, really, really love draft, but I have to understand that it's not a super interactive thing for audience.
The problem with draft is that if you get a very bad loading zone lock, you can just lose because of that. So that's the only thing I don't like about that. But I think you have to be smart about your stuff you do. Like,
Yeah.
It's good to take like a slower goal, but that's like less zone intensive. So I think the more knowledge about exploration and zone, the better you're gonna be in draft.
So yeah, Exodus entering Spirit Temple, and with a time of about 3:13:40 or so here in a moment, he's going to be finishing up, blacking out the card against Sloth, and Exodus will be moving on to the grand finals match whenever that will be. Excellent work there by Exodus. Really, really close game.
Maybe me, Mike, or Slot. So either way, he's gonna have another good game.
So there we go. What a good match there. So that was a 113-35 there for Exodus.
Another blackout, especially. Very
another
scary.
blackout. Yep. That's going to bring his average up through this tournament. G to XO. All right. I don't know what our plans are here. I don't know if we're thinking about getting some...
Yeah, I'm in favor of just cutting it early and go check the... Season 4 game, if it's up. I'm not sure if it is.
Okay, I don't know if we want to interview or not, but there is
we are absolutely interviewing. I'm just trying to get them in as a...
Gotcha, okay.
Trying to figure out where to ask them, because there's 2 rooms.
But I gotta go cheer on my boy, what the hell, because that's my real life friend, so you know. Very important to... Like, there's, like, I think, I was listening yesterday, and they were like, oh yeah, it's not biased towards anyone in here. I'm like, I'm totally biased again, like, for what the hell, like, so.
Okay, I tried to hide my bias in this. Sloth and I are really good friends, so.
I like those. I'm more friend with Sloth, but I really like Exodus also. It's
I mean, this is a conversation we don't need to have on stream.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's normal. I feel like.
But yeah, good game, well played. That was so tough. Even from the early game all the way to the mid game, it was very back and forth. So what we're trying to get this, while we're trying to get this, let's get our sort of moments of the game set up. So
moment of the game. I think the play of the game is when Slot took the Master Sword and went adult.
Yes, without doing well, right? It was well. That was one of the big things.
In the pot room. I think if he does that and wait a little bit, maybe find it right away, maybe not. But if he did find it right away, it would have, I think, made the game more close for sure.
Yeah. And not only that, like, Sloth also ran into a couple of issues. He had a couple of Fire Temple related issues. He had to make multiple trips to Spirit as well, and there was just a couple of things that sort of aided on it. But he did do some good things over Exodus as well, that sort of balanced those particular things out. But it really was his decision to go adult that really changed this whole match. Yeah.
No, for sure. It's one of those things, but that gamble can also pay off a lot. So it's a balance thing, right? So sometimes it's not gonna work, sometimes it's gonna work. It's like doing, like I said, like doing chicken or like going at location, rushing ice. Like if you go into the randomizer settings, at the end you gotta like gambling a little bit, and I feel like it played some major aspect of it, but shout out to Exo. I think I saw like maybe one mistake from his part. I think.
Yeah.
Like I think the Bonshu, like the worst he did, like the thing is in bottom of the well. He kind of struggled with the over for the skull, but the rest, pretty good, goddamn good execution, if I can say. Yeah.
All right. Looks like both players are in the waiting room, so we will get word from them in just a moment. We've got everyone set up, and there they are. Sloth and Exodus are joining us in the call with us. Thank you. Excellent game, you two. That was an amazing game to commentate. Congratulations, Exodus, on the victory.
Thanks.
Don't you lie to me, TG.
It was really good. We were just talking about earlier that it was it was very hard. We had okay, if I can speak the English language. DavPat and I were having a really tough time trying to sort of guess who had the better lead, especially when we got to the mid game, because Sloth went adult without going. Did you find pot room, Sloth?
Nah, I'm missing both of the.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that we pinned that as sort of the game-changing moment of the game, was sort of you gambling on going adult, whereas Exodus stayed child until almost past the 2-hour mark. Correct?
Yeah.
But this was a very child-friendly seed. So I guess let's start at the beginning then. So I'll go with I'll ask Exodus first. So what was your first thoughts when you saw the goals on this card, and what was your initial strategy?
Well, unfortunately, I closed the card, so I can't look at it right now. But
Okay.
yeah, it looked like pretty normal card, I guess. There was some synergy though. There was like 2 spirit goals, 2 forest goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Pretty short
it seemed
card
like
in
a
this sense.
pretty good card, I think.
Yeah.
So the first couple things you did plant 3 beans was your first goal, and then you did Deku Tree, which Deku Tree was pretty early in the seed, and then Halia Skulls, and then both DMC heart pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sloth, what did you think of the seed?
I think the seed was really good. The card, I don't know. For me, I hoped for more, let's say, more exploration-based card than dungeon-based card, technically, because I saw the spirit goals, and I know the forest goals, and I know I lose 10 minutes to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, exaggerating, right? But it's like, I lose time on those goals.
I think that's almost accurate. I think Exo played very, very well in those dungeons.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, like this kind of card is like very fast paced. There's no water temple, so there's like no water skull. There's no 10 song. So this kind of card is the kind of card you can black out, right? At the start, that's pretty much it. The only problem that can happen in this card is you pass 2 hours trying to find the pot room, or you pass like a lot of time trying to find one of those child loading zone. But once both of you guys like got Sun Song super early, you find ZL kind of early also. At that point, that card became like
easy.
I think very easy to do.
Yeah.
In my opinion, which I'll be fair. I'll say that. I think it's fair to say. I think it's kind of a help a little bit Exodus for this reason, because we all know that Exodus execution is really good. And from what I've seen from the card, I think the only mistake I've seen you doing is the bottom dwell offer. You can struggle a little bit there, but nothing major, honestly. While Stud did struggle a little bit, like Fire Temple and GTG, like 2E or some stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you had a great time watching my stream.
You had us scared a couple of times when you were going through Fire Temple. You took an unfortunate timer death in one thing, and then
I mean, this was the perfect example of a seed, like showing that I didn't play the game for like 2 or 3, 3-4 weeks, like pretty much since the last match.
Well, you've been on some very important business, so I understand.
So yeah, this was the kind of seed. Like I had fun, but I was also tilted a little bit. But some things happened, but it was great. But I mean, I had all all the things to Blackout this card as well. Like it's not like I blame the seed or whatever. It's just I ran out of time at the end to. I mean, I had 6 hearts. I had Phantom Ganon set up to go back in time for Bottom of the Well, but I'm still missing like the 2 market goals. But if my execution would have been better, like I probably would have time to explore a little bit more and find them as well. So I had the tools, but I didn't have the execution basically.
So I have a question for Exodus because we've seen some like clear progression on your stats. If you go and look like your past race, like you started like at 17, then you had 19, 21, and now you can black out the card, right? Did you change anything? Did you like try to learn new strat, or did you try like to figure out your note taking, or it's just a matter of more just like refreshing your beta quest kind of a skill?
Yeah, so I think I've definitely gotten better at beta quests over the tournament, but I think my first couple were lower than they should have been for certain reasons. Like the first race where I only got 17, I didn't find Temple of Time until almost 3 hours. Like somehow I just dodged all 3 of the entrances for 3 hours, even though I had explored like everything, every boss room.
Shades of the tournament final from 2 years ago.
Yeah, so that one was just a struggle. The second one, I actually would have gotten 21, but my opponent forfeit early, so I just stopped at 19.
Okay.
But I also did some practice like a month ago. I did a few offline ones, and I was, I got better at beta quests that way, I think.
Because literally, like, from watching you play, I didn't see any like stumbling mistake that like sometimes I see other bingo player do. Like what I mean, like, it's like just like rushing or something like that. I was so proud when both of you guys just climb up the tower going on the top. You got the BK as a goal, but so many people will just say warp out of there or leave.
Yeah.
When that loading zone is very important because it could be like ZL and then you just lose the game right there. So like it's stuff like that like it's interesting to just know what you're doing, I guess.
I did it for Mike.
Yeah, that's the part. Yeah, for sure. Everyone's gonna do it for Mike because like we're joking around, but like doing it for Mike is like you don't have to go and you just climb up the tower. It's you just lose 3 minutes or you wins the game. It's like almost coming back to the rando. Do you do chicken or not in randomizer? It's always come back to that. It's like in beta quest and the more high level we are, the better player they are. It's gonna came down to like those like gamble at the end, but you just don't see it when you're middle tier, like you're not playing enough beta quests or you don't. It's kind of crazy to me because like sometimes I'll explore everything in the game except Sky Temple and like the Ganon Tower, and I'll know exactly that like those stuff are the thing we're missing. But yeah,
you didn't need to call me out that hard.
Yeah, it's one. But what I see today was really good beta quest.
Yeah, and it's not the end for either competitor here. Exodus is moving on to the grand finals, and Sloth is going to be waiting in the loser bracket finals, and he's going to be awaiting the results of Davpat here versus Mike Cat. So, Sloth, who would you rather face out of those two?
I don't know. I think
it just doesn't want to play us. We know.
Yeah, no kidding. Like what I'm trying to ask is,
no, Dave, no. I want to play you because after the betrayal you did in the chat today, what was that?
The betrayal,
like revealing the information.
I got fixated. It's like he got DC, he got Decree.
What I thought happened there. So what I'm convinced what happened there is I saw Exodus pick up the map chest in there, and then after that I was convinced that Sloth would have done the same thing, right? Because it's the map goal, even though you were like 5,000 IQ smarter than me and be like, well, you just wait until the fire map. I don't need to get excess maps. What are you, dumb? I felt so stupid.
Yeah, like, does it feel Exodus to just end up with 4 maps? It's one of those things, right?
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine. But
it's very fine, honestly.
Back to the question, I guess it's very hard to tell because I think Mike is the more, how did I say that? Like more stable, safe player. Yeah, safe player. That's fine because Mike just explores and explores like crazy. And Dave has some crazy things in his head sometimes, so he's the more crazy person to play against. So I don't know. I don't know which opponent is better for my style. I think I'm more like on the crazy side of the scale. Like going adults early without loading zones, like more Dave style instead of Mike, but still different. So I don't know.
Yeah, the question is, do you think you're going to be able to bring it back to grand finals and have the Exodus rematch?
Well, I hope so.
I hope so too. All right, I think that's.
I cannot say anything about that.
Yeah, a bit of a conflict of interest there.
Yeah.
I think that covers everything I wanted to ask with the post-race interview. I don't know if Dav has any further comments or questions.
No, man. I'm so glad we're doing this again.
Yeah, anything, Exodus, anything you want to say before we go off the air here and throw it over to the randomizer season 4?
No, just thanks for commentating, guys.
Actually, small change about that. We're not going to be rating main. We're actually going to be sending you all over to. Let me just double check that. We're actually going to be sending you all over to. Oh, it's not live. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. So we are actually going to be sending you all over to main because 4 is not live yet. I looked wrong.
No, don't worry about it.
MM Weekly isn't live yet. I forgot about that. So
it's a pretty busy day from what I remember.
And these are free, unfortunately. They're doing the Link to the Past, which I wanted to radio all over, but that has literally just finished. So we are sending you all over to main. You are going to get to enjoy some randomizer.
All right. So before we send you all over the main slot, do you have any closing comments?
Yes. First of all, congrats, EXO.
Thanks.
And watch OCS tomorrow.
Ooh, OCS, yes. All right, make sure to follow both the runners here. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if there's a chat command to sort of plug Exodus and Sloth. They both are excellent, wonderful human beings that you should follow. I've been TG. You can find me at twitch.tv/HeyI'mTG. DavPat as well also does things on the internet, I'm fairly certain.
I do indeed.
Excellent. I don't know where you can find him.
No, I don't want people to find me. I want to keep everything.
I want to stay undercover. Well, yeah. So thank you to DavPat for joining me on commentary and bringing excellent analysis. Thank you to all the ZSR staff that make these streams possible and bring you this excellent, high quality content. And that'll do it from here.
All right, before we hop out, I just want to remind people there is another Blackout Bingo tournament match coming up next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be DavPat versus Mike Cats 45.
Woo!
And losers bracket round 7. I'm not sure if that's semifinals. It might be semifinals. It might be quarterfinals. And it is semi. Cool. So that tournament is getting close to wrapped up. Should be awesome. 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday. That's 11 p.m. UTC. So make your calendars, but aside from that, I think we're done here. So enjoy the grand finals of the Season 4 Randomizer Tournament. We'll be sending all over to that. And thank you so much for making this stream possible. I'll let you have the final words.
Cool video games.